This is the D-Generation CLIX podcast with your hosts.
Who is Ravage?
Ryan Ruttman.
Ravage.
Hand me that bottle cap.
Miles Kane.
Hand me that paperclip. Grab that twine. Gun wrapper.
Daniel Schwab.
We are
Best friends.
Asgard to mouth.
And Pete.
'cause I'm just me.
Welcome back to the D-Generation CLIX podcast. I'm your host, Ryan, and with me as always are Miles and Pete. Miles, how was your weekend?
That was a pretty fun Thanksgiving. Franksgiving, I should say. You know, lots of wieners to be ate. Yeah, I had a good time.
How'd you cook them all?
How about yourself? Well, I mean, we did multiple. We grilled some, we boiled some, we deep fried some. I mean, if you can think of a way to eat it, we ate it, except for cold.
Sounds glorious.
It was amazing.
Pete, you've been on a streak of making it to our weekly events. It's been like, what, 2 in a row now?
2 whole CLIX events in a row. We had our CCO, and then we had Monday for the Sentinel Op Kit. So yeah, lots of CLIX for me. Great Thanksgiving, low key, and then did a bunch of work in the basement. So it's getting there. It's getting there. Pretty soon the CLIX cable will be back, and that makes me happy.
Nice. Yeah, we had we got out of work a little early on Friday, so we had Thanksgiving then, and then watched a few movies. Our standard one is Home Alone. So this one was Home Alone 2, and then we went and actually watched Zootopia 2 with the kids on Friday night, which was fun. And then Saturday we had our CCO, and Sunday we celebrated my birthday, so just kind of a quiet family day at home. So nice weekend. And what was it? Yeah, Monday was the Sentinel Op kit, which was a lot of fun because we get to play X-Men pieces. We do have a few pieces of news. Again, we're going to talk about our Wisconsin Rock States on Saturday, January 3rd. And like we said before, we actually like to play the game. So we're going to be doing silver because we like playing our teams. So it's the superior Beetlejuice-free format, and we have the option to play silver. So we're going to run it. And for everyone that just likes BRs, we'll be doing BRs all day too for the newer LEs. So you can just swing by and play a couple of those as well, to a chance to win those. Pete, I need to do something more important than this next thing. So why don't you take it?
Book would be fun.
Hello, friends. It's time for the People segment, the Bookwood Report. Now, I was promised an Excel spreadsheet. However, I did not get it. We're back to Bush League tactics. But he did buy some stuff this week. He got the Dr. Octopus Legacy card and figure, Emperor Gladiator, Daddy's back, baby, Waldo Arms, and then he says he doesn't remember if he recorded Green Scar figure in Legacy. I don't remember if he did either, so we're going to report it again. And you got Deity Thor and Abracadabra for CCO prizing, and that concludes your Bookwood Report because he could not make it to OpKit week.
He did make it to the Fall Festive, and a little spoiler alert, I fought Bookwood in the finals, or in the top 8, and he got smashed. So we'll go over that in just a little bit.
Do we get to learn about the Bookwood math, where 6 is 7? Or how the kids say these days, 6, 7.
What was that?
He had abscissa.
Oh, he messed up his sideline.
Yeah, he had
Yeah.
7 game elements on his sideline. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What is the Paul Heyman saying? I can't remember it right now. That's
Well, I would
not
say-
a spoiler.
It's
or
a prediction.
That's
or
a spoiler. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a prediction. Yeah. But I think
That's a
that, because a lot of people talk about, girl math is about, how you save money by, buying stuff on sale. And so technically, you're supposed to have that money back, which doesn't exist. It's like Bookwood math. Doesn't make sense.
Is Bookwood math better or worse than Steiner math?
It's a lateral.
I mean, I don't even think it's close. I think Steiner math is superior. He graduated from Michigan.
That's
People just
fair.
don't understand it. Yeah.
Yeah, he said he pretty much took Az's team, and I think he added Abscissa without putting something else off. He only brought it in on our game, though, so it definitely did not make a difference. I'll tell you that.
But I will say, I talked to Az, and he said that he's changing his team, so his team won't be the same because seeing it played poorly, he had to Bookwood proof his team. So I'm looking forward to what he does with it.
I saw one Bookwood event and he said, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, he needs to fix it. He
Not
needs to
doing it
Bookwood
again.
proof it.
Yeah.
No, it means that he wants his team to where anyone can play it. And after one event, like Bookwood showed that not just anyone can play it, and so he has to try and make it better to Bookwood proof it for future.
Oh, this is a
events.
better Bookwood report than I thought, to be honest with you.
Well, they're always pretty low bar, if you ask me. This one included him getting destroyed, though, so it was a pretty good one, I gotta say. We do have 3 Champion CliX Open Fall Festive events to go over today, including the one we hosted. But first, we're going to start with the one out of Atomic Games in Artesia, California. So they actually did not have a snowstorm, and they got 31 people to attend this one. So let's go over the top 8 here. So top 8.
We can talk about one of our listeners. I enjoyed playing him, but he is he's a really good player, but for some reason he decided to play
Beetle Juiceberg.
And I'm very disappointed. And he still had a winning record, but he miscut. Come on, Leo. You used to be my favorite Ninja Turtle. Well, I'm kind of disappointed in you. Sorry, you want to take us in the 8th with Emilio?
Yeah. So coming in 8th place was Emilio Gutierrez with the Black Hand Brigade. So this had the Chase Blackhand from Lantern Legacy with the Glider, the Prime Craven with Destroyer, the Black Lantern Power Battery with the Avatar of Phoenix on it, and a Black Lantern Ring, Sister Cersei, the Legacy with the Blue Lantern Ring, a Baby Owl Bear, and a Copycat Pog. There's a lot of interesting stuff on here.
I'm loving the loophole with the battery because you can't. It's attached, not equipped.
So you can give it
get that
avatars?
Phoenix Force. Yeah.
Okay.
Which seems like I'm not sure if that's actually how it works, but I think that's what the reasoning for it. That's definitely gonna have to be a win ruling, but I mean, it worked, and
Well, so what is it? It gives you regeneration then, which is not bad. So you can always come back up if it gets damaged. That's not bad at all. I like that addition.
No, I'm just talking about having a ring assigned on it with that. Like, I'm not sure. Obviously HC units said it, but yeah, I wasn't aware that was able to happen. But I see why, because technically you're not equipped. You're just assigning it.
Yeah, you
So
should be
maybe
able to
that's
do
why.
that. I don't see anything wrong with that.
Yeah.
Because it's the same thing with well, actually, how does that work? Because you can't equip the ring to anything else, though, right?
Yeah, so it says during force construction, a lantern ring may be assigned to power battery. That ring is attached, not equipped. And then the gods just says that they can't be equipped. So I think that technically gets around it for the power batteries.
Yeah, because then is what
So I think
active
that's why you're able
player,
to do
however
both.
that works, you being in control of it.
Yeah, because it says, this character can't be equipped or chosen to be any other character's avatar. And so I think the wording of the power battery lets that happen. I think that's it just is. It's an interesting interaction that I didn't think about because I didn't think you'd be able to assign it, both during force construction. But I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah. Now here's a fun fact. It has a speed of 0, so you could bookwood it with an Animal Man and give it hypersonic speed.
But his speed's 1, right?
On this?
How would that work?
Where's
Are
it
those
speed?
his values?
I don't know.
It's the click 1 it because it's those. Are those considered powers? Like, can they be outwitted? Like, I don't know how those work. The circle with the
There's
the
a couple
sun, I
zeros.
guess.
There's a couple zeros on it. I don't know.
There is. Yeah. There's a few 3s.
You can hypersonic
6.
for 1 with your 0 range. Then your 0 attack. And
Yeah.
then you're going to town with your 0
Yeah.
damage.
It's something Book would do.
So what's the play with Black Hand here though? This is very interesting.
Grave markers.
Yeah, with Craven.
So
really it's Craven that
Yeah.
just keeps moving and going?
right.
And getting powers, if they destroy them, they are dealt 1 unavoidable damage.
Oh, okay. That's the Black Hand
Yeah.
thing, right?
Yeah, and the power battery, it just says choose a friendly character, so like that can include Craven. So now Craven's going to have Destroyer with a charge 5, so he's going to be able to get Steel Energy with the Black Lantern ring.
Okay. Yeah, Emilio's a good
Speaking of-
builder, so I know there was some stuff here.
Yeah, I
And
love
then
the
you still have
Baby Owlbear.
you still have regen and poison from the Avatar too on Craven then.
What's that?
No, Craven just gets the
Black Lantern
the
ring.
effect of the ring. Yeah, not powers the battery
He-
can use.
Oh really? Oh, so you're just
Yeah.
regenerating the battery then.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
which I think that's kind of neat.
I thought
actually.
that was handing out every power.
yeah.
So it's interesting. It's also 4 1-shots, so that's gonna play big into this team.
Yeah.
Is the glider
I
just
think
for
it's just ultimately
the stealth and
really
then
hard to get through, right?
So you can heal it past. Oh no, you can't because you need a Necron for that. So Black Hand is generating a Grave Train marker and then just gonna chill in it with the glider on combat reflexes and getting around with the stealth.
Or you can give him blades. I mean, there's a lot of options that you can do with the glider. You can give him
He's got
+2
blades,
speed for a
though.
12 charge, or
Yeah.
depending on what you want.
I think the scariest
Giving
thing
him
is
light,
that it's very easy for Rogue to come unequip him and then get 15 points from either of those. But
I'd be really interested in hearing how this team worked.
Yeah, well, that's the problem though with Rogue is that Rogue is just that efficient that I mean, if you want to compare, apples to apples, like there's nothing even in Rogue's in a one-shot majority of these figures.
well, the stats though. I mean, that's why I think that Black Hand was probably on combat reflexes, right? That makes him a 21.
Yeah,
So there's still some
Yeah,
dice that
against
you have to
Rogue.
roll. There's still dice you have to roll. What is
Yeah.
she on average? 13.
13, yeah,
So that's an 8.
and she can be a max 14.
Yeah. So I think that's really what it was for, is for the combat reflexes. And precision strikes just a bonus, +1 speed, sure. But with Craven being the main attacker, being able to get a 3 through 6 willpower with Destroyer armor, not bad. I do like him with the chain. Dan actually played him with the chain. I really like that combo.
Yeah,
And then Sister Cersei, we talked about her, I think, last week, right, on what she offers. So it's cool he was able to make her work.
Yeah.
What is Baby Owlbear doing? Just potentially... No, he doesn't even have that on the sideline.
you don't need it. Read it. It just says generate. It doesn't say from the sideline. Just generate.
Oh, okay. Is it doing anything, though?
Yeah.
Just bringing in a...
When an adjacent friendly character with the animal keyword heals, which is Craven, after resolutions, you heal Baby Owlbear the same number of clicks.
Okay. I think it's just a
Yeah,
15-point
easy.
piece, right? That brings in
Right.
Mama Owlbear.
Maybe Ares bombing if you're really desperate.
Black Hand has blades. I mean, I would love if that happened. Craven has it later.
Yeah.
What's...
I mean, you may just have had points
Where's the associated...
because the only power you're missing is perplex, right? So are you getting that for 15 points anywhere?
No, I wonder, honestly, you know what, though? It's 15 points. He's able to bring in the Mama Owlbear and then can give the Owlbear Steel Energy from the Black Lantern ring, maybe? Potentially, right?
Yeah.
When a friendly character with the animal or monster keyword KOs an opposing character after resolutions, that character may use regen is free. So, I don't know. If it makes sense, it's only 15 points. It's not bad.
Yeah.
What an interesting team.
Yeah, I love seeing stuff like
Wow.
this, and there's a lot to digest here. Sideline was Fortify, Resolve of the Green, Rise of the Black, Shield Throw, Ares, and Phoenix Force for the battery. But yeah, 8th place with that team in a 31-player field, so not bad. How about 7th place, Miles?
Yeah, in 7th, we have Mr. HC Units himself, Clay Wood, with Cosmic Crew. Oh, wow, Emilio only had 610 points. So he was playing it defensive, for sure. Clay had 1,005 points, 4-2 with Cosmic Crew, which was Infinite at 150 with Avatar of Animal Man, Mogo, Loki with Destroyer at 30 points, Black Symbiote, Red Symbiote, Copycat, and Phoenix Pog, as well as sideline was Assist from Another World, Fortify, Animal Man, Ares on the sideline with another Infinite, as well as
Beetle Juiceberg.
yeah, this is the Infinite team that I was alluding to with the Animal Man with the Ares bomb. Yeah, it's just disgusting. And you're probably going to throw out your Black Symbiote and Red Symbiote and just, because you're going to get Mogo on him and then you're going to throw both symbiotes on him. You have the Juice Engine that is Loki. So, I mean, this is, it's a team that you're just going to have to really, there's only a few builds I think that can really handle this. This is what is called a fringe killer. I think this kills a lot of the fringe builds just pretty easily.
So he went, I wonder how his day, he went 4-2. So I would think he got pretty full clears on a lot of these, right? So 365 was the first one he won, 180 to 105 he won. He lost where did Richard Medina place? Not in the top 8, so we won't go over his team, but he lost 300 to 0. And against a Despero with Destroyer, Super Soar, Zala, Pegasus Cat, Predagiton, Copycat, Valentina. Does it tell us he went first too? That's kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Dismissed?
I mean, well, his 3 is interesting because they have reducers, but yeah, he could have missed. Despero with Destroy Armor, so he's only going to be taking like 1 damage. So I think that's exactly what happened.
Just a rough opener.
It had to have been. Yeah.
Then he went, what was it, 170 to 100, 300 to 105, and then lost 55 to 70 in match 6. Yeah, it's a super mean team. If it goes off, it's game over pretty quick, I think.
Yeah, it's the fringe build for sure, but it's a fringe build that beats most fringe builds.
Yeah, I agree with that.
For sure. Yeah, it's a build that people need to be, like, when you're building a team, like, you have to be prepared to be dealing with an Infinite and Ares bomb. Like, you just have to.
Read the card if you see this piece across the table from you and
Yes.
you do not know what it does.
Yeah, if he goes first, it can be really nasty.
I know
especially bringing in a second Infinite.
Alec played it at Red, White, and CLIX, and he said that he would tell people, and they would still not know what it did when it happened. So yeah, definitely know what it does. All right, Pete, how about number 6?
6th place, Andrew Young, Mystical Mob, 4-2 with 1345 points. Doing some work there. We have a Spirit of Vengeance team, Spirit of Vengeance Red Hulk with Avatar of Animal Man, Doctor Doom from Collector's Trove with the Universal Weapon, Green Man with the Green Lantern Ring, Loki with the Destroyer Armor, Copycat, and on the sideline was Diabolic Bargain, Occult Retribution, Soul Siphon, Animal Man, Keaton.
Juiceberg.
Sorry, I didn't know what we were doing there. King Jefferson, Thanos Ultimate Hulk, and Zombie Scarlet Witch.
I think he's been playing Spirit of Vengeance Red Hulk for, I don't know, a year now.
Yeah. The King Jefferson is an interesting. I do like that as a, because that just shows like he's doing Spirit of Vengeance extremely aggressive to have King Jefferson as a pilot option.
So what is he doing exactly? So he's coming out on a running shot, 12 attack, pulse wave, and then a 4 damage enhancement leadership click, and friendly characters that share a keyword with him can use prob, but only during range attacks. Are most of his pieces that come out range? Yeah. Thanos, Zombie Scarlet Witch, Ultimate Hulk is not.
No, but it's going to be the power once per game. So you can choose that, especially, to where for him to take damage
Mm-hmm.
and he's in the starting area, and then you just take that power action for whoever's in your KO area to do that
Yeah.
Jefferson bomb.
Yeah, if you're coming across and you have the Jefferson bomb in your back pocket,
Yeah,
that's a
pretty
cool
good.
play.
Because you're going to have Doom bots that are KO'd.
Right.
And even when you bring them back, they're still in your KO area technically.
This is a way more interesting team than the classic Colossus Prime version that we just saw leave Modern. So I like that he's taken this piece and changing it up quite a bit.
Yeah, Doctor Doom does that. Yeah, I think Doctor Doom's a great call.
Do you think he's ever bringing Animal Man in as a pilot? Does he offer enough?
Potentially. I think so.
Battle Fury
I think
Super
Animal Man
Strength.
does.
Blades or Exploit.
Yeah.
Ooh, Smoke Cloud.
Yeah, that's good.
Smoke cloud.
I think realistically that potentially Scarlet Witch might be the odd one out in some matchups. You'll choose between Animal Man, Scarlet Witch, and King Jefferson, because there'll be some games where Jefferson's just not the call, so you might do Animal Man, and some games maybe you don't want to do Zombie Scarlet Witch, so you'll do Animal Man and King Jefferson.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I like seeing Theme here. Just
Same.
still proving the Theme is good. Yeah, Mystical's still good.
I wonder, we have not looked at, with Strange Tales coming out here, I wonder what new pilots he might get, because he could completely become a different animal when Strange Tales releases.
Oh, you should look at that Rare Hulk. The Rare Hulk is extremely good. He's, I think, like a 13 for 5.
The Rare Hulk? Is he in Strange Tales?
Yeah, the non-prime one. Not Dark Hulk, but the non-prime.
Oh, that's right. That's
is
right.
gonna be-
I totally forgot about him.
Yeah.
All right, let's look at Nicholas Madison coming in 5th. He's been playing Spirit of Vengeance for a long time too, swapping, it looks like, the Prime Colossus for a Prime Rogue with Destroyer Armor, Spirit of Vengeance with Avatar of Animal Man, and then the Collector's Trove Scarlet Witch with the Ring of TK and Predegaton. So I would assume also very in your face, throw Rogue out, and then what are your pilots here? So potentially Animal Man, Ares, so Beetlejuice, the
Beetle Juiceberg.
the Colosseum Cap, which I think is honestly one of the better new pilots, right?
Well, yeah, because you're also getting Devil Dinosaur.
Yeah, as soon as he drops. And then the Thanos that we've seen from Collector's Trove, the Chase, and then the Ultimate Hulk from the Collector's Trove incentive or whatever that was. So a couple changes. I think the big things are obviously the Rogue 4, Rogue 4, Colossus Prime, and then Captain America becoming a pilot. So he's been playing Red Hawk for a while as well. Going
Yeah, he only
5-1.
pivoted at Worlds. Yeah, it's funny because he went 5-0 in Swiss going first, and he went second in cut, and that's when he lost. So this team is just, you go first, he wins. Yeah.
Do you want to take us to number 4?
Yeah, in 4th place we have Austin Rankin Bass. I love those cartoons. With Abomination Army, he went 5-2 with 590 points. This is crazy. So Prime Abomination with Avatar of Animal Man. You have the Legacy Ace with Destroyer Armor. John Constantine with Sinestro Core Ring. The Indigo Power Battery, Predegaton, and Swarm of Ants with the sideline being Fortify, Resolve with the Green, Soul Siphon, Animal Man, Ares, and Mimic. The Indigo Tribe Ring is definitely an interesting call for sure.
So that's giving. What's the big thing with that in the power battery though? Because it's just giving everyone support.
So if you deal it 2 damage, other friendly characters within range can't be targeted by opposing characters more than 3 squares away from them.
Okay.
Oh wow.
So it's like Dolphin, but like 1 less square. You have to be within 3. You can target the battery, but that's it. And you're shutting down Outwit with it. You're shutting down Prob. pretty maybe perplexed too with Constantine.
What's
That's quite a lot.
so you still get up close to them though. You can still outwit them in problem if they didn't have Ace and Constantine on the team, right?
Yeah. Ace just shuts down. She's the only one that can use that wit, and then Constantine's the only figure that can use prob.
But the targeting thing that also matters for those things. So if they were less than 3,
Yeah.
they could. So it's weird that doubling down on that. I guess. Do you think it would be worth?
Well, no.
To
It's like giving everyone Dolphin. That's what it is. It's giving everyone Dolphin, pretty much, is what he is once you deal the battery a few damage.
Yeah, and I guess
You gotta,
Abomination's getting up there,
you're
right?
luring.
Yeah.
You're luring everybody into being stuck in a room with A-bomb.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's coming in with Animal Man, just hitting like a brick house with a swarm of ants for an extra empower. Yeah, that's mean.
Do you think it would be worth
That is.
trying to get a different ring on there, like the Black Lantern ring, and paying 10 points to give Abomination Steel Energy? Instead,
I mean,
or no?
potentially, yeah. You take off the Indigo Tribe ring. Well, he's healing, so I guess it's
Who's healing?
And the power battery can heal. Once it takes a few damage, it can give another character the ability to heal. You just choose a friendly character and they can heal. So Swarm of Ants is going to be with Abomination, and you'll probably just heal with the ants.
Oh, okay.
And you can make constructs on the 4th click that can use invincible and support.
Yeah.
So it starts to get to be where you're really getting bogged down kind of in that little fight area.
That's interesting that 2 people are able to make the power batteries work so far. I wonder how many other people played them in this one.
They're used to the power batteries out there. That's where Bronze was really took off. So
That's true. I wonder if they're just more
They're just
excited
like,
about using them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's
Yeah, and
see.
it's the West Coast. The West Coast meta is just it's out there.
There's no way to search for anything in the meta, right? You have to actually look through everything.
Yeah.
You can't type in battery. No, I can't look it up. It only goes down to one team. I don't see any other batteries.
Yeah.
But it's interesting to see two of them already there. I doubt we'll see any more. Did you see any at our event, Pete?
No, I don't remember any.
Yeah, I doubt we'll see any more for the rest of the night. All right, who wants to take the next one?
I got it. Justino Jimenez, X-Men Force, 5-2, 1085, with a round 7 loss. We have ourselves a Prime Rogue team with Avatar of Animal Man, Cyclops. It looks like the is that the chase? That is the chase. Very cool. Trick Arrows, Nightcrawler chase with Destroyer armor, Leech with the Sinestro Core ring. Sideline was Mind Gem, Practice Teamwork, Web Swinging, Abscissa, Animal Man, and Mimic. So we got ourselves an X-Men theme. X-Men with a different version than what we've seen before. Very good.
Yeah, pretty simple
Got
and to the
sweet
point.
Nightcrawler alternate card.
Yeah, there's nothing subtle about this team. This team is just smashing your face. I like it.
Well, we haven't seen anyone use the Cyclops yet, so getting trick arrows on them and being able to use them is pretty good. I didn't realize this wasn't the chase one, though. This is, the rare. So
Oh, it is the rare, yeah.
he can choose the alternate card. How does the... I always switch to the alternate card and build around that, but do you switch that at the beginning, like a team-up card?
Yeah. So you can choose not to use it if you want. Characters can share names. The team up cards are the only one where you have to pretty much play
Oh,
Highlander.
yeah, that's my fault. I said the chase. That's not the chase. Absolutely. I just assumed it was.
Yeah, I did too. So yeah, he was able to take the
No,
rare.
he's the drop off. Yeah, because
Yeah,
and when he's given a move action after resolutions, he may make an attack. So you're able to drop someone off and then also make an attack with him.
Mhm.
And then he's able to carry all 3 Rogue, Cyclops, and Leech.
And just get in your face right
And
away.
then- Yeah, and then what you have, so you're able to perplex up his range, his speed to 11. I guess, yeah. Is that he's the only perplex? Yeah. So you get 11, so he's going from square 1 to square 12 and dropping off on square 13. And then what practice teamwork is just make an attack, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
so Cyclops, you're probably going to be doing it with Cyclops. To make an attack. You can also just move Rogue next to Nightcrawler just because when she moves, she can take that free action afterwards. So then you're able to get like that much more.
Yeah, I would think that he's
You're able
still
to get
using
Cyclops
hypersonic,
arrows.
right?
Well, yeah, but if you're not going to, there's no TK on this team. So you're going to move her like adjacent to Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler can then carry Leech, Cyclops, and Rogue.
And you think he's going
So
up all the way
then
up there
since-
and just basing then?
Well, yeah, it's just make an attack. No, you're not going to base him because it's going to be from range. He's only getting to square 13. So then you can then drop a trick arrow on Cyclops, and then you can have Rogue make an attack. 'Cause she has 4 range.
Why does Rogue get
she
to
has a
make an
drain
attack
action
though?
or because she moved. If she moved this turn, she has free make a close attack or close
Oh,
terrain
I
action
get
is
you.
free.
So you're moving before he carries up. That makes sense now.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you move to her, carry her, and then you're getting this multi attack with the practice teamwork because you're also got the mind gem. So then you're able to yeah.
Wow, yeah.
Like
So
those.
yeah, that's actually really smart. So yeah, I got it now. So Nightcrawler brings up. So Rogue moves so that she gets the ability to take the free action. Nightcrawler carries Cyclops and Rogue, potentially also Leech. And then practice teamwork can go off so that someone can make an attack still. Most likely Cyclops. He uses a trick arrow. And then Rogue gets her free attack. And
Yeah, because I
that's
would
it.
probably, if the arrow that I would use with Cyclops would be the target that I would want. I would use the what is that? The hypnotic arrow. So that way you can get them to move, and then Rogue can make that close attack.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And that's a really clever alpha.
Yeah, I like that too. Very cool. That was what, third place? Going 5 and 2. Nice. Going in second here, we have Alonso Gutierrez with Spot Squad. So this was the Coliseum Captain America with Mjolnir, Spot with Avatar of Animal Man, John Constantine with the Destroyer armor, the Chase Jubilee with the Sinestro Core Ring, Cookie Cap, and a Copycat. So this is the only Captain America I think that made top 8?
Yeah, besides the sideline one, yeah.
Yeah,
Main force, yes.
I wouldn't count that. Yeah, but John Constantine making a huge showing. It looks like he was on at least 3 of the 8, I think, right? At least.
West Coast, yeah. The West Coast loves some Constantine. Washington and California especially, for sure. Like, that is definitely like a West Coast thing.
But there's a pretty big variation
Pretty
here in
season.
the top 8. I like to see that. What's the so there's no Zala, so there's now carrying of, usually it was carry up Captain America, right? So how's he getting there? Just
So
Spot with flight?
yeah, so Spock can. So if you want to be offensive, yeah, this is like I'm just going to be spitballing here. If you want to be offensive, you're going to go ahead and you go first. You're going to put the marker close to their starting area. You're going to have Spot carry Cap into the arena marker. He's going to take that free action to place his marker against someone, and obviously he'll be hopefully close, and then he can do the flurry, and then if they're close, you can place them adjacent into that arena marker, and then Cap can do the flurry as free. So you're gonna be able to get 4 attacks.
How much empowers on the team? Any? Does Cap have it? No.
Empowers?
I don't think any.
No, I don't think there's no. I don't see any empower.
Oh, I guess
Spot.
Spot can pick it, yeah, but I don't know if he's doing that. If he picks it, Copycat gets it though, and now Captain America has a 5/6
Yeah.
attack.
Yes. So you'd be able to get like Constantine to carry Copycat into there. Yeah. So Cap would be hitting his flurry. Would be hitting for 7 twice.
Well, he's got a.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking he's coming out on his last click. So yeah, he's on his top click. So yeah, he's hitting for 7 damage if he just does that.
Yeah, 13 for 7. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only one in there that has the main force in the top 8. The only one that has Spot, and then John Constantine, I think, is the most commonly played piece, right? That we saw, even more than Copycat.
For cut, yeah.
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 All right, Miles, what won the day?
All right. We have Mr. Anthony Berrigan, Mern Destroyer Armor creator. So he went 6-2, 2,050 points. He went 5-0 going first and 1-2 going second. His team's a rogue roster, so let's see what's on there. Prime Rogue with Avatar of Animal Man. The Gala Sinister at 40. Sister Cersei with Blue Lantern Ring. Legacy Panther with the Ring of TK. Ramonda, Perdigaton, Leech, and Phoenix Pog. And the sideline is Fortify, Soul Siphon, Abscissa, Animal Man, Ares, and
Beetle Juiceberg.
Seeing Sister Cersei
Yeah,
again is kind of cool.
yeah, she's insane. But yeah, this is the alpha where it's like, I mean, you get Rogue to go off, it's hard to lose when you go first.
There's no other. It's just Rogue and Sinister. So just to basically switch her if she gets hit once in the beginning, and then the heals with Ramonda.
Yep. Yeah.
He's able to block someone with Share Panther. Yeah, obviously good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is the Rogue is definitely the piece. I think you're going to see different regions with Sister Cersei. I think where you guys are at, I don't think Sister Cersei is going to see as much play. Outside maybe 1, maybe 2 builds, just because it's heavy. It's heavier main force juice over there. So she's a dead 35 points, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. Even though there's going to be a lot of Rogue, at least people are building differently with her. Just like what we saw with Spirit of Vengeance, it was pretty much always Spirit of Vengeance and Prime Colossus. So at least Prime Rogue isn't always getting paired with the same other main piece. There's different strategies at least going into all these.
Yeah, I just think she's just still too overpowered with the improved movement. But yeah, I mean the difference, like, with strategies for sure, but like, since Red, White, and CLIX, she's shown that she is that easy, that plug and play Prime that just, it's going to be the easy button for sure.
Yeah,
that Colossus was.
Yeah, she's probably she's the number 1 Prime right now, right? In Modern?
Oh.
Easily.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, because I mean, you have Prime Cable, which I know that you did well with, but he's more of a finesse piece than Rogue.
Mm-hmm.
Rogue is just a beat stick. Just it's smash and bash. So yeah, she's gonna be your go-to figure.
Yeah. But yeah, congrats to Anthony Berrigan for taking the 31-person event in California. There was also another one in Indiana. Unfortunately, this one had to get run on the same day we ran ours, so both of us took a little bit of hit on our attendance. They ended up having 10 people come. They played 2 rounds of Swiss and then cut to top 8. Well, let's go over the top 4 here. So coming in 4th place was Andrew Parker with Juggernaut outfit going 2-2. So our first Juggernaut team. This is the Legacy though with Stormbreaker. So giving him a 12 for 5. Prime Cable with Universal Weapon. I've heard that's good. Spot with Avatar of Animal Man. Mr. Sinister with the just a clone, and then Perdigaton. So unthemed, but just a lot of attacks and damage.
It looks like, Andrew Parker's might be named, Peter Rebman. And you got the Cable with the Universal Weapon, and you got, one of the members of the law firm of Marco. Pete Rebman.
This is a really aggressive team.
Absolutely is.
I like it. Yeah, because you got Spot that can go across. You got Spot that can pull you over, and then Juggernaut just running through your piece. You got Cable who's destroying your team on your own back line. This is a very, very good team.
Where did he rank as far as points go? He still got 680, kind of in the middle between above and below. Nothing that crazy. Let's see
No.
what he. I do want to know what he lost against. So it looks like he lost to a rogue team, which looks like she went first. And then
He's 2-0. He went 2-0 going first and 0-2 going second, which is interesting.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we'll get to what he lost to in a little bit. Shame, Miguel. All right, let's go to third place, Miles.
Yeah, and in third place, we got Mr. Rob Olger with Rogue roster, went 3-1 with 805 points. Prime Rogue with Destroyer. He has the common Chase Wolverine with the Etherian armor, the Gala Gambit with a Tomb, Bardley Quinn with Bloodstone, Perdegaton, and Black Symbiote. And his sideline was Fortify, Abscissa, Ares, Atum,
Beetle Juiceberg.
and Mimic. Yeah, kudos to Rob. I love the fact that Rob decided not to play main force.
Beetle Juiceberg.
I mean, still on the sideline, but yeah, kudos. This is a really awesome team. Once again, like I said, like Rogue is going to be, it's a totally different build than we've seen with Rogue, but yeah, it's cool seeing the Wolverine Gambit.
Yeah, those.
So I guess maybe he might be a bigger Gambit fan than you because he made it work.
Okay. Now, two big takeaways here, right?
Facts are fact.
Another cool rogue.
He's a bigger,
unique rogue build. Stop it. And then also,
a bigger Gambit fan.
No, I don't think so. But we have
Yeah,
Rob
I think you have to take it away there.
That was a huge villain at Red, White, and CLIX going main force Beetlejuice, and he moved him to the sideline and played a team that you can definitely respect a lot more. So I would like to say props to Rob for taking the high road.
Yeah, when you guys are at the next union meeting for Gambit fans, Rob is definitely sitting closer to the stage than you are.
Okay, he's never talked about.
Yeah,
Gambit
I would
once.
almost say that. Well, he doesn't have to. I think this proved it because his new name is now Robert LeBeau.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yep.
That's Robert LeBeau. Yeah, Rob Olger is
work.
now Robert LeBeau. Or could we call him Remy Olger? I mean, that works too.
Ooh, I like Remy Olger. Yeah.
Pete, who came in second place?
Logan Pragnato of the world famous Flying Pragnatos. Abomination Army, 3-2, 885 points. He played A-Bomb. He's great. He played Juggernaut. He's great with the Crimson Gen for free. Ace, Legacy Panther, the Ring of TK, Perdegaton, Indigo, Tri-Ring, Copycat, Fortify, Abscissa, Animal Man, Ares, Beetlejuice, and beside in the sideline. And there's a picture of poor Logan after he played the first place team, and he looked like he aged 15 years in one photo.
Yeah, he clearly looks like he's can legally drink now. I mean, that's. Yeah.
I am pretty sure Animal Man is on A-Bomb because there's 290 points, but that's the only other thing.
Yeah, I would assume so.
Yeah.
Looks like he ditched Collector, and he is embracing the Smash and Bash. Where did he go? He went 3-2.
Yeah, 3-2.
His only two losses were against Miguel, not so giant Gonzalez.
Yeah, all right, let's do this. Miguel, met you many times. Very, very cool guy. We've always had fun games. But then you go and do this. You decide to play main force Beetlejuice. You threw Avatar of Animal Man on him. You also played the Hal Jordan, the uncommon with Destroyer armor. Pegasus Captain America with the +1 longsword. Nope, it was not Kooky Quartet. It was another Pegasus with a Mjolnir now, and then a Perdegaton and a Copycat. So just, taking away everyone's free actions from across the map, sucking the fun out of the whole event, and destroying the competition, going 5-0. Let's see what 5 people at least had one game that was absolutely no fun at all. So round 1, Miguel decided to ruin Mark Felwell's day. Sitting down at the table, Mark had a Kooky Quartet Captain America at 100 points with the Avatar of Animal Man. Quicksilver played Tom and Jerry and Scarlet Witch. So, he brought in Tom and Jerry, tried to have a good time, and just couldn't play his team. Very unfortunate.
But he did make top 8 with the 100-point kooky cap. So I will give him kudos to that.
He sure did. Then, this is probably the start of where Logan's cheerful pictures came from. He had to play Miguel, and again, just taking all his free actions away. So maybe that's why Animal Man's not on Abomination, because he played Beetlejuice twice. So he's like, why even have him on there?
Yes, yeah.
Can't use him.
He
right?
just deleted it from the build.
Just delete it. Doesn't matter. Played an 80-point Juggernaut that's really cool, but, you can't do his cool charge and make that close attack. Ace can't outwit, and that's what she does for 50 points. Can't remove a Vibranium with Black Panther. Can't do the Ring of TK that he's equipped with. Perdegaton can't sidestep. Can't do a lot of things with Copycat since she just does everything. So, Logan probably had a terrible time twice because they had to play twice, so that was very unfortunate. Let's see here. Third round. Oh, my God. That's rough. So Mark actually had to go and play him again.
He was 12 years old, and if you look in the picture, it's the older gentleman with the beard. That's Mark. He's actually only 12. That's how much he aged.
Man, so we had 2 people go to an event and have to play Main Force Beetlejuice twice out of 5 games. That is unfortunate.
During a snowstorm.
So
Yeah,
imagine
the weather. Yeah.
So imagine you get out, right? You go to this event, you brave the storm, you safely make it to the event, and then you sit down and you got to play against Beetlejuice. Miguel, do you hate your local people? All right, round 4. He played against Andrew Parker, shutting him out, only getting 5 points. Andrew Parker also played a Juggernaut team. This time it was Legacy. The Legacy, Juggernaut was Stormbreaker.
Yeah, this team, yeah.
Oh, we went over this. Yeah, so Cable doesn't get to do a free running shot. At least he can still pick a weapon or a power with Universal Weapon. Spot
can't pick a power.
Spot can't use Animal Man. He can't flurry. Mr. Sinister, he can't outwit. He can't perplex. So he's basically a 50 points. Probability control?
So I hope that Andrew decided to make the clone into Juice.
Oh my God, that would have been awesome. Well, I guess he still can't do the free actions though.
It don't matter. You just still get the powers and just get Juice. Why not?
Because then he's on your team, and then you'd have to feel a little dirty probably. I don't know. Maybe Miguel didn't feel dirty, so maybe it's possible to play him and not feel bad.
No, he really used chloroform this event.
And then the final round, was round 5 where he played Logan again, and just 20 to 300. So that's rough. So we have round 1, only scored 5 points. Round 2 only scored 95 points. Round 3 scored 15 points against him. 5 points in round 4 and 20 in round 5. That had to be just grueling. I know I would be very upset if I had to go to a match and 2 of my 5 games were against a Main Force Beetlejuice. Miguel, you got to take this as a lesson and just make better choices in the future. I hope this was worth the win. And I would like to see you back to more respectable builds in the future. Do you guys have any other words for Miguel?
Yeah, I think Brute Heart does. Hang on.
I'll be honest, I really used to respect Miguel, but the moment he started associating himself with Beetle Juiceberg, his skills went from me to Giant Gonzalez. He isn't even playing the game. He is just putting his opponents to sleep with chloroform, and that's just wrong.
All right, moving to ours in Kenosha, Wisconsin, where we had 21 players, 0 played Beetlejuice on the Main Force. So very, very fun event that we were able to have. 21 people that made way better decisions than Miguel. Pete, do you want to go over your team first?
Yeah, I finished 10th place overall. I had 575 points for low points, and I finished 3-2. I played kind of a version of what Logan played, stealing my teams once again from the Pragnanos. I played Primate Bomb with Avatar of Animal Man, Juggernaut with the Crimson Gem, Ace, Black Panther Legacy with Ring of TK, Perdegaton with the Indigo Tribe Ring, Copycat, My sideline was Fortify, Abscissa, Animal Man, Ares, Beetlejuice, and Mimic. My maps were Brock's Bunker and Sailor Dream, and my terrain markers were the heart-shaped herb, Vibranium, and Dumpster Fire.
Do you want to go over your round one as well?
Do that. I played Dirty Wengren, who played an Avengers theme. He ended up winning. He ended up winning 145 to 90 in a pretty fun game. I had one critical misplay, which is usual for me because I'm usually playing my team the first time at the event, which that's what this was as usual. He played Ulysses Bloodstone with the Bloodstone, Caveman Wally West with the Longsword. He played Diana with the Avatar of Animal Man, Reverse Flash with the Destroyer Armor, Captain America from the Kooky Quartet, and Perdegaton and Copycat, and his sideline was Fortify, Pin Particles, Web Swinging, Animal Man, Ares, and Mimic. So I kind of buried it up in a corner. He came across, and I kind of had it set to where I was going to be able to go off with the Juggernaut and the A-Bomb, and I picked Hypersonic Speed the round before with Animal Man, and then like a dumbass said Hypersonic, and then realized as I got adjacent, I basically took away my flurry. So rather than try to go backwards and be like, I'm a dumbass when I could have clearly charged from here to there, I was like, well, I clearly said hypersonic out loud, not charge, even though I know he has both. So here we are, and I proceeded to miss that attack. And he had a couple really good attacks. It was a fun game overall. It could have went either way, honestly, down the stretch. He had one really big round where he took a bunch of points off me, and that was pretty much how I started my day, was the good old classic Pete figuring out my team first round misplay.
Love to hear it.
Yeah.
All right, so I got to run my Marauders team that I've been talking about, which was a ton of fun. It was the Madeline Pryor chase at 100 points with the Ring of TK, Prime Cable with the Universal Weapon, Mr. Sinister, Morph, always with the alternate card with the Avatar of Animal Man. He got a ton of powers that way. I do need leadership, so I did have to play the Fennex Pog as well. And then sideline was Fortify and Pim Particles, Abscissa, Animal Man, Ares, and Phoenix, just in case Madeline Pryor dies. I can always have a chance to bring her in or heal someone. And then I did play Major Brock's Bunker, the Mansion, and the Tangle as my maps. Terrain markers were Heart-Shaped Herb, the Shelf, just in case we go across a Spirit of Vengeance team, and then a Dumpster Fire for all the teams that like to just run across the map, potentially affecting their attack. So round one, I played Lewis Gitterly. So he had a Madeline Pryor team as well. It was a little bit different, though, with the Thor that we... or no, not the Thor. It's the deity Thor with Avatar of Animal Man. Jubilee with the Universal Weapon. Captain America. The Pegasus Captain America with the Long Sword. And then Starro at 20 points. Fortify and Shield Throw on the sideline. So this is, I think, was his first time playing the team too. So he was kind of learning it as we played. I got to go first, and as always, the start was a little bit rough. I was able to TK Cable up there and get up and be able to range Pulse Wave with my first action. So I running shot, Pulse Waved, rolled a critical miss, and didn't have a prob on it anyway. And so I had to click, and then I took a power action and rolled a 3. And I believe I had a 15 attack. Maybe it was a 14 attack. So crit missed and then rolled a 3. And then I think he was able to survive one turn. But I was able to kind of turn it around pretty quick and ended up going 290 to 5 because I did flip the Pin Particle one shot just to get a little bit further without having to worry about the terrain. And then he did not flip 10 points of one shot, so I did not score those. Pete, what was your round 2 match like?
Round 2, I got to play Damian Davis, who also played an Avengers theme. And he had a pretty cool little team with Prime Black Panther with the +1 Longsword, Ulysses Bloodstone with the Bloodstone, Captain America from the Kooky Quartet with the Avatar of Animal Man. Oh, I'm sorry, that was Pegcap. I apologize. With the Avatar of Animal Man, War Machine, Miles Morales, the God Killer, and Scarlet Witch from the Kooky Quartet. And his sideline was Fortify, Spider Totem, Terror of the Yellow, Animal Man, Ares, and Spider-Man. I ended up going first. He put us on Little Mogadishu, he couldn't really deploy his team very effectively, and my team could get across the map for multiple attacks. So I took his peg cap off the board pretty quick. We did have a pretty good fight in the middle between his Black Panther, his Bloodstone, and the Miles Morales, but eventually just the free damage from Juggernaut and the ability of A Bomb just to flurry everything just kind of overwhelmed him. So I ended up taking that game 155 to 90, but a very fun game against Damien. Damien's always a fun player to play against. Super nice guy. So really glad to see him.
Yeah, it was cool that he was able to make this event. I think he's planning on coming to the silver event too in January.
Yeah.
I played Looper in round 2, so we actually did go up against each other earlier in the week with a practice event. He changed his team up a little bit, and so it was very similar to mine. I think the only thing different is that his Mr. Sinister had Stormbreaker, and he did not have a Fenix Pog. So instead, I think he was usually choosing a character with leadership with his clone, as I think is what he was doing. But he said that that not having leadership definitely hurt the team, just not having that extra action. But we had a really good match. He I think hit me first, and then I was able to we went back and forth. I think pulse waving each other each like 2 times, and then there was a lot of destruction. He was able to still bring back, I think, Cable once with Morph. And then he was also able to save. Was it Morph? He saved Morph with Abscissa one round, and then was also able to bring somebody back with him. I think another turn. He rolled a 6 with his Madeline Pryor, so he was able to bring the Phoenix in on top click. So he had some good saves on his build. But I was able to just kind of keep pulse waving him over and over again to take this one as well. So I ended up winning this one 300 to 120. But this was definitely a really fun game, just going back and forth. How about round 3, Pete?
Round 3, I played Jay Wyatt Seagrin, who played Asgardian Army. Very cool team. Not a very fun game, I'll be honest with you. He had Freya with the trick arrows. He had that starter Thor that we talk about that nobody's playing with Stormbreaker for free. Tooth Gnasher with the Destroyer armor. Tooth Grinder with the +1 longsword. Captain America peg cap with Mjolnir, and Loki with the Bloodstone. He had Fortify, Heimdall Sight, Resolve of the Green, Mind Gem, Ares, and Beetlejuice. He was essentially making the choice to use Loki as a Beetlejuice battery. So he was out turn 1. And so the game was really a slog. I ended up winning 45 to 5. It kind of all the action happened in the middle. And I'll be honest with you, I probably should not have won the game. He had a couple of really terrible rolls with that Pulse Wave Thor that there was just really no reason why he was not hitting my team. So I was happy overall to win it. He did go first. I just, at that point, playing Beetlejuice, like turn 1 against the team that I had was like, man, I don't even want to play this game. And I strongly, honestly considered just basically being like, all right, man, you win, and going and finding something else to do for the rest of the time. But decided to slug it out and got really, really fortunate. But it was not strategy. It was just simply bad rolls on his part.
Yeah, it's rough when you just kind of get shut down on your team. I still do not like the interaction between Loki. It's nice that we lost Kevin for that interaction, but we still have the Loki, which you're seeing get played with Beetlejuice.
And to be fair, I have Chair Panther, so I could have absolutely shut down his juice, and I chose not to. So that's on me to get rid of some of the one shots. But I think that kind of goes to a little bit of how incredible the sidelines are and how powerful the one shots are, that I thought I was just counting on it not happening, and I don't know what I was thinking looking at the team. So that was a strategic misplay on my part. So, it's a big competitive event. CCOs are, pretty competitive, so people are going to do everything they can to win. And I got lucky here. That's all there was to it.
Called cliX karma.
I was gonna say
That's what happened.
Beetlejuice karma.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
All right, my round 3, I end up going against Lucas, who made the trek with Ethan. He played a pretty neat team with Legacy Green Scar with Avatar of Animal Man, Caveman Wally West with the +1 longsword, 2 of the Aquamen from the World's Ellies that were distributed. One had Serpent Crown, one had Ring of TK. Both are for free. Then it was Chair Panther, Copycat, Zenzi, Kanto, and Phoenix. All those pogs. And then the main thing was that Green Scar now gets the dolphin symbol, and so whenever he was able to move a move a friendly character with the dolphin symbol up to 2 squares, and then once per turn, if that friendly character was a dolphin bystander, Aquaman may immediately activate this again. So he'd move up the dolphin bystander, and then he would also move Green Scar. So Green Scar got to keep hitting over and over again, which was pretty mean. But I got pretty fortunate with some of the interactions that happened on our end, where he, I think, hammered Cable pretty fast, but I was able to bring him back with Morph, and so I was able to get him back to actually fight. And I pretty much just flooded an entire room with the Madeline Pryor. What are they? Goblins. What are they called? Phantasms? Is that right?
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah. So I pretty much.
I was actually surprised that you put him on Bunker. I'll be honest.
Oh, and not. The thing is that he was able to go anywhere, so I figured I could at least do what I did and fill things up, so that he couldn't get to me as much.
The thing with Green Scar is that it has to destroy blocking to really pump him up. He's a 10 attack.
Yeah.
So I thought that's why you do Tankle, because I mean, he has, obviously the 1, but he'd have to really, work.
Yeah. In retrospect, that probably would have been damage. Yeah, it probably would have been the better play. Because did he win? I'm trying to think now. He won.
Yeah, he went first.
Yeah,
no, you went first.
I went first. So so I went first.
Yeah, never mind.
So
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, never mind. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah. For some reason I was thinking. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, because when he went first, he didn't lose. I do know that missing those breakaways with plasticity and rolling ones multiple times, ooh, that hurts.
Yeah, that was the big thing right there. He actually missed 2 breakaways with plasticity, and he got 1. So that was like a huge deal right there. After that, I was able to. It was kind of a risky play, but I actually ran in with Cable and lined up Cable, Madeline Pryor, the clone, and then also Green Scar for a double pulse wave, and I was hoping that I would be able to get the clone to come back still and roll a 5 or 6, but of course I didn't, which I think I've never gotten him back ever after he's gotten KO'd. But I did the running shot pulse wave, so I was able to deal Green Scar 1 damage, then 3 damage, and then Madeline just got bumped into his Green Scar, so she only took 1 damage, and then I did the pulse wave again for another 1 and 3, so I was able to deal him 8 damage. But I ended up tying with Lucas 60-60, so I'm trying to think of what I KO'd even. Because he got the Phoenix Pog and was it Morph?
You got Wally,
or Abscissa?
Right?
Oh, maybe I got Wally.
No,
I'm trying to think what he got now. Did I bring
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You didn't get Wally because that's actually what helped you because he rolled his, or was it Predagiton? You went against someone.
Yeah, that's what it was.
I think it was Wally.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of this. So it's got to be web swinging, I'm guessing, Pim Particles, and Diabolic Bargain. I think you got all 3 of those. So that was 15 of the 60. Copycat, so that's 30.
Mm-hmm. And then
what did you get?
I don't remember what else I got now, because I think he kept the Pogs back there pretty far.
Yeah, and I don't think you KO'd any of the Aquamans. Were you able to get any Aquaman? I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Can't remember.
And he didn't bring out Reverse Flash either, so I'm trying to remember. I don't remember how. I had to have gotten Wally, right? Wally and two of the. He didn't
Would
use
it be
web
Wally? Oh
swinging.
yeah.
It was probably Wally, Diabolical
Okay.
Bargain, and Pin Particles. That's what it was.
No, yeah. You did get Wally. Yeah, towards the end. Yeah, you did. But I was thinking the original attack, where you and then obviously I know it caught you off guard. Is his ridiculous defense power that's protected pulse wave.
Yeah, that was also another one of my mistakes too, which that messed me up because I thought I was gonna be able to finish him off when I did all those pulse waves. So that messed me up, and he was able to heal, I think, and that was another thing too. He was able to leave then, and then he rolled regen and only got a 1. So he had some really rough dice on a lot of his plays. So we went 60-60. It was a good game, and I just ended up winning in the roll off. But that was my round 3. Pete, what about round 4?
Round 4, I had probably one of my more fun games of the day against Joe Ruffing, who I have actually never had any success against. So I was pretty proud to get a win against Joe. Joe's a great player, great builder. He played an X-Men theme. He played Juggernaut from Collector's Trove with the Crimson Gem. He played Emma Frost with the Blue Lantern Ring. He played Chase Wolverine from the new set with Avatar of Animal Man. He played Jean Grey from the um, what is that? The Gala
The
series, and
Gala.
then he played Storm from the X-Men. So with the alternate card, and he said to me, "This is the second A-bomb team I've played today. So my alternate card means absolutely nothing." He played Fortify, Abscissa, Animal Man, Ares, Emma, and Phoenix on his sideline. He did get the Phoenix out. The Phoenix is probably the MVP of his team, to be quite honest with you. But we had an absolute blast of a game, which was just ridiculous attacks, basically in his starting area. And it came down to literally the last play, as they call a last action, and he KOs my Juggernaut to take the lead, and I abscissed it. And I was like, sorry, Joe. And he's like, oh, man. So I held on for the 225 to 160. And then I will tell you about the rest of my day. I did get to participate in Joe Ruffing's first official Battle Royal at Coliseum Games. So it was a quite the day with Joe on from our CCO. So a very fun game.
It's so rough when like last action's called, when you KO something and you totally forget about like Death Metal Wonder Woman or Abscissa or something. It's just that color just gets away from you.
I think Pete's done that a few times.
Yeah. Yeah, once or twice.
Well, you don't
saved my
even think
revives.
Juggernaut has X-Men. Like that's what's crazy.
Right.
Even though obviously he's playing X-Men theme, but like when you KO Juggernaut, you're not thinking that it's going to be X-Men.
Right.
Well, and this game is a credit to Joe because I came across that board and I destroyed his Wolverine. Like nothing could have went better for me than my opening alpha on his Wolverine. Like I basically one turned that piece, and he's like, "Oh, great!" And then he managed to just continue to fight and hold me off and do damage and get through A bomb, and almost get through Juggernaut if it wasn't for last action being called. So very very fun game. He did go first, so these are back to back wins by a scrappy Matt Peterson going second.
All right, my round 4 was against Pat Frazier. So he played a Abomination team with Avatar of Animal Man, the Spot with Godkiller Sword, Manifold with the Ring of TK, Black Panther with the +1 Longsword, Perdegaton, Sinestro Core Ring, 2 Copycats, and a Lucas PJ and Scott Pog. And then Fortify, Soul Siphon, and Web Swinging were on the sideline with Mimic, Ares, and Animal Man. So this one, I decided to go first again. He brought us on the Labyrinth map, and he moved pretty much his entire team all together on his first turn, but he left Chair Panther alone. So on my second turn, when I could attack him, I took Chair Panther out right away so I could get my my sideline stuff back, which he took, I think, Abscissa and Fortify maybe. So getting those back were nice. He ended up coming after Cable and was able to get him. I think I was able to bring him back to Morph. And then we forgot that his what's his name?
Spot.
Spot. Yeah, Spot. Ended up just hitting, I think, like 3 or 4 of his flurry attacks. And later on in the game, I realized that he was within 3 of the dumpster fire. So I think all of those would have missed, which that hurt right there. And then the big one though is that I obviously chose with my bystander with Sinister Abomination, and when he came in with Abomination to start taking out my pieces, he chose Leap Climb with him. Totally forgot that web swinging was on the sideline, so I go in with a charge flurry, and I was going to wrap it up with a pulse wave from Madeline Pryor, and because I did the charge flurry, my let's see, he was a 13, and I believe I perplexed him up, or I perplexed Abomination down. So I was a 13 for 5 flurry on Abomination, and I hit him because I needed like I don't know, like a 4 maybe, and so he does a web swinging and moves away. So I had the potential to do a ton of damage to him with that, and ended up doing 0 damage. And then he moved, and that kind of changed the whole game right there. So he was able to just start mopping up the rest of my pieces, and then this was the first game that I lost with my Marauders team. I got 70 and he got 300, but really good game. That just there's a couple of misplays that you can't make when you're playing someone like Pat Frazier. What about round 5, Pete? How'd that go?
I played the consummate cheater, Ryan Redmond, who cheated his cheatersons off. No, honestly, it was he won first player. I knew what his team did. I played against it with Looper in practice. I had a rough idea, and Looper kind of said, if you're going to target stuff, go after Sinister. So it's either sit in my starting area and wait for him just to come over and pulse wave me apart, which I guess because of A-Bomb, I wouldn't have gotten knocked back. It probably wouldn't have been that bad, but I decided to come across and go after Sinister. And every once in a while, you'll get a little bit of a backhanded compliment for Redmond when he sat there and he looked at what I did. And he said, there was no way in a million years I thought that was going to be your first attacking turn, that you were coming across this board to go for Sinister. But I went for points. I brought the dumpster fire with me, and it was just kind of hoping to hold up and make you really labor through your turns. And I think it worked. I mean, you just have so much probability control in that team
Right.
that you're going to hit eventually. And I just haven't seen it enough yet to really know what's the best option. You also positioned really well too, where Juggernaut's 2 penetrating damage or 2 damage really didn't come into play as much as I wanted it to. I don't know that going for Cable would have been a better opening volley than getting Sinister off the board. I think what hurt my team is that I still had X-Men because of Juggernaut.
Yes.
So yeah, that's I think, and I mean it's playing you's. I play you a lot, and it's always a good win for me if I win, and it's always a learning experience if I lose. But I don't have a problem with how I played that game. I don't know that I could have made a better decision, because if you come across, you're destroying all of my support and going up pretty quickly. So I think it was the right choice to make. I just, I'm counting on rolls at that point, and it just did not. I couldn't hold up against your probability control. I couldn't shut it down. So
Yeah, and you just came across the map and you blew up a bunch of stuff. So like the lines of fire, I didn't want to pulse wave myself. The whole positioning was really hard, so it was definitely a challenging game to bounce back from after you nailed Sinister. But the big thing is once I realized that Juggernaut had X-Men, which we were just talking about a little bit earlier, I was still getting the running shot as free, so that helped a ton. I think I took Abomination out first, right?
yeah, and that was the other thing too. Was the calculated risk was, how bad are you going to want to try to pulse wave your own pieces? Because I'm pretty much in your starting area with 2 attackers, and you can do it if you want to. I mean, Cable's still a great attacker even without pulse wave. I mean, he's still ridiculous. So you don't have to do that, but if that's what you're going for, you're going to still start chewing up your own team at some point. Ideally, I would have liked to have gone after Madeline, but I don't think I could have gotten her without the Morph revive. So I think the only other piece I could have targeted would have been Morph. And I think the way you had him positioned, I couldn't pull it off.
Mm-hmm.
Or I would sell out and you would hit your shape change, and I'd be like, well, that was cool. So Yeah, that was the whole math in my head was like just get points and go up and see what happens. So, yeah.
That was round 5. So that was your last match of the day. What do you think about the team you played and the overall vibe of the event?
I'm very happy the team I played. I think of all the games I had, I probably the first game swung on a big round by Dirty and me making a critical error, which is how that stuff goes. I got very fortunate against Jay Wyatt, so that kind of evens itself out, right? So one win, one loss. I could have won either way based on decisions and luck. I think the team was fine. I got to face. So I will say I don't know that modern is any more fun to me. I'm less fatigued with it than I was with the previous modern meta because it's not Colossus and Ghost Rider and Colossus with the Destroyer armor and Kong and all this stuff. But if you ask me, like, would I travel to play against it? No. If that's the event, I'm good. Like, I'll play in Kenosha. I'm not going to drive to Chicago to do it. I'm not going to go to Milwaukee to do it. I just don't enjoy it that much. I played against the biggest parts of it, Beetlejuice coming out, um, you know, Cable with the one pulse wave with 3 knockback is it didn't affect my team, but I've seen it other people play it. I think that's crazy. Busted. I think some of the one shots are just ridiculously questionable. I missed out on seeing anything to do with the Infinite team, which I think is a huge problem. And I got Ares bombed somewhere in the middle of it the whole day. So it just is like, this isn't my thing. This isn't what I like about HeroClix. I will say the vibe of the day was amazing. Like, we had a big snowstorm. We had a ton of people come. We had people that wanted to play. There was only one person that called out Beetlejuice, I think, consistently. And we talked about that. And so they were letting people play their teams and have fun. And I had probably the 2 most fun parts of the day. I do actually like playing Redmond as much as I complain about him, but the 2 most fun parts of the game was playing Joe
Even with
Ruffing and
the
then
20
playing
minute
the Battle Royal.
turns, I was like,
He
even with
did
the
have
20-minute turns.
he did have one turn where he apologized to me for how long it took. And if anybody's ever seen Redmond and I play, we are so fast on our turns.
Yeah.
Because the last thing that you ever want to hear the other dude be like is like, dude, come on, like, you're taking a long time here, like, just make your decision. Like,
He
because
wasn't
we
expecting
give
you to
each
kill
other
Sister.
well, we give each other a lot of shit. And that's where I
Yeah.
knew the compliment was coming. He's like, I did not see you doing that. Of all the things I thought you were going to do, that was not it. And he kind of took his time and everything. But I also said to him, I said, I'm just making sure I know what I'm doing here, so you can't tell me why when I just tried to do work 3 times and then help me figure out what I'm trying to do. So it was a fun day. Overall, the day was fun. But if you ask me, like, you excited about Modern? Nah, I'm good. I'm excited for Silver.
Yeah.
I like the new sets. If there's events and there's like, 2v2s or team sealed, sure, sign me up. But this, there's nothing in it yet that's changed my opinion that there's just really busted interactions that end games way quicker than they should be.
Yeah, I still do think that we're in a better place after Worlds, but there's still some issues, and it really the event health or like that overall feel really just comes down to how many times those bad interactions are going to happen to you, because I had plenty of really good games, but that can easily go around. Like look at what happened to Logan and Mark at the other place. Like if I had to come, even if I only drove 15 minutes, but if I drove 15 minutes to play 5 rounds and 2 of them were against Main Force Beetlejuice, man, I would be having a rough time. And definitely more negative today.
Let's talk about the elephant in the room. You are doing one of those interactions Pete's talking about.
What's that?
Cable.
Cable's fine.
It's
no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, he's fine.
No.
Leave him alone.
All right.
Yeah, it's a little rough. I mean, I don't see how it's really much different than getting Ares bombed, but it is what it is. That's where we're at. Is it the most broken interaction? No, but it's in the team picture. Like, come on, man. Like, if you pull off 2 pulse waves for 1+3 knockbacks. Like, there's not many teams.
Yeah,
that are
you can't
even
complain about
around.
Ares bombs rocking that 4 damage pulse wave.
Yeah.
It's
Because you can do it more than once.
well,
A turn.
maybe if people let you do that. Which, speaking of, if people let you do that, my round 6 was against Ryan Bookwood, who played a rogue team with the Destroyer armor, the Space Exploration Batman with Avatar of Animal Man, Chair Panther with the Ring of TK, Vigilante with the Trick Arrows, Sinestro, that Colossal, and then a Predegaton. So his whole thing was bringing in the Colossal Green Torch. He, I think, took the team. Well, I know he took the team from Az, but then also never practiced it once. So he kind of just was learning it on the fly. And he was unaware of how cable worked, apparently. So I just I TK'd and did a running shot across the map and pulse waved his whole team once, and then did it again, and then did it again 2 more times. So sometimes I feel bad, sometimes I feel good, and this was definitely a good feeling right here, is just obliterating the team. So
Oh man.
there's not much more to say. It was just a good beating, 300 to 50. So we ended before time, so no one got to take a bunch of actions after the match ended. Just a good 300 to 50 beating. So
That's probably the way you want to do it, because if you give him extra actions, Bookwood's taking 7 more turns. So
Well, he still called in an extra sideline game element.
he
So,
did, yeah. That's where the not practicing and paying attention to your team comes into play.
Bookwood's got to start showing up on Mondays. I'm telling you, it's a hard life to be the guy practicing your team, because by round 3 you normally have it figured out, but you're in trouble most of the time.
All right, my 7th round was top 4 now, so I went up against Pat Frazier again, and I won the roll, and I tried to mix it up and decided that I would go second and pick map. Probably the wrong call, but I took him to the Tangle, I think.
yes.
Yeah, the Tangle.
Yeah, it was Tangle. You put him on. Yep.
And he was able to come at me pretty quick. He took out Cable right away, and I don't think I ever even got to attack with him. Brought him back with Morph once, and he was able to, I think, just keep hitting me with Abomination. The big thing was that when I finally was able to come back and use my Abomination clone and Morph, I went ahead and I outwitted his defense, I think, on the lower clicks, and he only needed I flurried him, got him down, and I was able to outwit that, and then I could have KO'd Abomination, and I chose somebody. Does he have close combat expert? I chose somebody with close combat expert, and so I hit him for. Oh no, I had Animal Man, so I chose close combat expert with Animal Man on Morph, just for the extra bump in the attack, so that I would be able to hit him with. I already perplexed his defense down, so again, I think I needed maybe like a 5 or a 6 with a ton of probs because of Madeline, and I ended up changing his 3 damage, obviously, then to a 4 damage. So I only needed the 3 damage, but wanted the bump to the attack. That allowed him to hit the Fortify, and so he did not die and just took the 1 damage instead. And then he was able to Ares bomb me, hit me with Spot again, and he was just nailing the 6s on the Ares bombs. So that crucial mistake just ended up costing me the game, and that one hurt even more after doing it a second time, just not paying attention to the one shots. So, but we had a really good game. Stop it.
Yeah,
Cable's fine.
It was a fun game to watch.
Yeah, honestly.
No, he's not. He's right up there with
he's not
with
no.
Ares.
No, he's not. Cable's
Yes,
totally fine. Get out of here.
absolutely is.
No, you have to position.
No.
There's way more that goes into it. Whatever.
It's still
It's
a
fine.
busted interaction.
It's fine.
You still have to technically position Ares.
yeah,
too.
it's
Yeah.
you have to roll dice too.
Yeah.
But I will say that I think Pat's definitely one of my favorite opponents. Just a total chill guy. When you're playing like top forward in an event or any major event that I played him at, like he's always got like such a chill attitude, and we have like just a great game. So he's easily one of my favorite opponents to play against. Let's go into the top 8 here. So top 8 was Wyatt Seagrin. We talked about his team. 7th place was Dominic Lapp, who brought a Destroyer Prime team. So Destroyer Prime at 270 with Avatar of Animal Man and the Black Symbiote. And then his pilots that he could choose were Old King Thor, Phoenix Force Thor. He also had Poseidon on the sideline also. So he's been talking about playing this team for quite a while, so he's excited to get it in. He went 3-3, making it to top 8, so he was pretty excited to make the top cut for this event. He's a returning player, so it was cool to see him take a piece that he really wanted to play to cut. Then we talk.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, it was good.
Well,
You also talk about the
too.
terrain markers there too.
What's up?
Yeah, he
Did
had
you
the
talk about
bat
his training
suit
markers?
and the kryptonite ring. but,
Kryptonite ring,
Yeah.
Batsuit, and stairs.
I
Yeah.
was gonna say that he's the only person to make cut that never went first.
Yep.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
He was cosmic themed too. But yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, we'll go over some stats shortly. 6th place was Ryan Bookwood. We talked about his team and how it got smashed by Cable Prime. Just pulse waved over and over again. Felt good. Ethan Jacobs came in 5th.
I bet it felt just as good as Pat Frazier hitting those 6s on his Ares bomb.
Yeah, did it?
Had to have.
Ethan Jacobs, 5th place, rogue roster, 4-2, 955 points. Nice to see Ethan and Lucas during honestly a blizzard. Rogue Prime Destroyer Armor, Juggernaut from Collector's Trove of the Crimson Gem, Legacy Panther, Loki, Perdegaton, PJ, Lucas, and Scott, or Lucas, PJ, and Scott, I suppose. Fortify, Resolve of the Green, Mind Gem, Abscissa, Ares, and Keaton.
He went 4-2, so only one loss in Swiss. I did not come across Ethan all day. Pete, did you play Ethan?
I did not. I did not see Ethan this game or this day. We did talk during the event and after the event a little bit, so it was good to see Ethan, but not. We did not play each other. Now he also only. We'll get into the going first stats. I was just kind of looking at it real quick.
Yeah.
So.
I came in 4th. We talked about my team. Ken came in 3rd with a Matter Eater Lad team, which was Prime Rogue unequipped, the Jubilee with the Trick Arrows, Spider-Man with Mjolnir, the Miles from the 400 set, Chair Panther with the Ring of TK, Matter Eater Lad, Perdegaton, and Copycats. I kind of like the chaos of this team because each game will be a little different depending on what equipment you can take with Rogue and just equip her with, or just starting to eat the equipment with Matter Eater Lad. So seeing him on a team just makes me happy, and the fact that I didn't have to play against it and get my equipment eaten makes me happier. But
Also, speaking of your equipment getting eaten, that's how bad Bookwood is that he hit you twice with the Prime Rogue, and you never lost your universal weapon.
That's true. Yeah, that's just another example of it helps to practice your team. Bookwood was actually the first rogue that I went against, so I know she's does a lot, but I just didn't even think about all the stuff she did. I forgot that she got to even make the second attack after she hit, so I was more focused on that when we talked about that.
Yeah, super cool to see Ken playing Matter Eater Lab. Matter Eater Lab, that's what you said last episode.
Yes, thank you, Pete.
You're welcome.
I do like Jubilee with the Trick Arrow too, and I talked about this before, but Rogue without equipping something and then just being able to take something, I like that a lot.
Yeah,
Oh,
if
yeah.
you don't have the points, that's not a terrible option.
You know what? Never mind. This is another example of HC units ditching Animal Man. She probably had Animal Man. It's 290 and Animal Man's on the sideline.
I prefer to think that
Matter
Animal
Eater
Man
Lad
was
had
on
it.
Matter Eater Lad.
Me too.
Yes. Yes.
Just hypersonic up,
Animal
hit 9
Matter
for
Eater
2 exploit, and then eat the equipment that they have.
Just hypersonic and up to take the equipment. Yep.
All right, and then
You know, if somebody
I like
was
it.
going to do it, it would be Ken.
yes,
Yeah.
And you'd be like, "What are you doing?" And you're like, "Oh, god damn it, Ken."
that would hurt. I would feel
It
bad.
would.
He comes
Yeah.
in, he hits you for 2
Yeah.
penetrating close, and then eats your equipment after that.
I'm always interested in seeing what Ken's playing at events because I'm always like, "Oh, that's not something I ever thought would get played." So
It's usually pretty unique. Second
I
place.
guess we can now call Ken Matter Ear Lad. That's his new name. I expect to see him dressed up like that. I know Ken's listening. I expect to see you dress up like that at Worlds.
It's a pretty unique
It's,
outfit. You got to carry out a
Yeah.
girder too, Ken.
Yeah, and you have to make
My-
it like a chocolate cake girder, with frosting, and just eat it.
And is it
Walk
cake
around.
girder?
Yes, yes.
Miles, it's Matter Eater Lab.
Oh yeah, Matter Ear Lab. Okay, so put a lab coat on.
Yeah.
I thought it was more like a chocolate.
Well, his
one.
last name, and he could change his name to Tenzil Kin instead of Tenzil Kim. So it fits.
There you go. We're back to how names work.
Yeah.
All right, going to second place was Patrick Frazier, and he ended up losing to Lucas in the finals. Pat went 7-1. Lucas went 6-2. Most points go to looks like Pat Frazier. So they battled it out instead of doing a roll off, which again, props to that because we were able to stream that for everybody. I not a fan of roll offs, so I was very happy to see them play it out. But yeah. The day went to Lucas, who came out of retirement to make it to our event. So thanks to Lucas and Ethan for making the trip out to see us. And then the guys from Chicago, we had a pretty good showing. So congrats to Lucas.
Chicago guys from up north Wisconsin.
Oh, yeah, them
because
too.
it was not a good weather day
No.
at all. So
Yeah, and I would also like to say that Brute Heart also has some words to say for Lucas.
Let me tell you about Lucas. No matter how you feel about that guy, he plays the game with honor. I still think the Alpha Strike is overpowered for first player. Just look at the stats for the top 4. If they went first, they were 14-1. That's a huge problem. Kudos to Redmond for being the one, though.
Miles, you did have some interesting stats for at least our event. Did you want to go over those?
Yeah, so this is about the initiative and going first, and it is a small sample size. I was obviously you guys were streaming, so I was watching a little more intently. You had a decent number of players, and going through the teams, seeing the streams, you can see how aggressive all these teams are. And so I'm like, I wonder what the first player is with everybody going pure in for the alpha. And for the top 8, in 8th place we had Jay Wyatt, who went 3-3. His team, obviously wasn't aggressive. He went 1-3 when he went first, because he was, bringing out juice, doing all. I'm not sure exactly how he's playing his team. I didn't see him on stream. And then 7th we had Dominic, went 3-3. Already said he never went first. And then Bookwood, he went 3-3, but he was 2-0 going first. And in 5th we had Ethan, 4-1 or 4-2. He was 1-1 going first. So he did pretty decent, going second. Top 4 is really interesting because that's where you were 5-2, and when you went first, you were 4-1. Ken 5-2. He did have a bye round 1, so I guess technically it's 4-2. When you look at the actual stats of games played, he was 3-0 when he went first. Pat, he was able to really get that defensive going. 7-1, so he was 2-0 going first, so he was going to be 5-1 when going second, so he had a pretty decent option. And then Lucas was 6-2 and 5-0 when he went first. Top 4 alone was 14-1 going first. I think and that's a 93.3% win rate for the top 4. I still got to go through other events. It's a small sample size, but yeah. When you look at your event, I got to go through California's. Those are very alpha heavy, and just first place from California, he had the exact same record as Lucas, and he was also 1-2 when he went second, and 5-0 when he went first. So, I just think that's insane when you have if you want to win, you have to go first, especially when you look at the top 4 as a whole.
Yeah, I agree.
And like I said, it's still a small sample size, but still,
I have a
we
feeling
need
that
something
that's
to be able to fix that.
Yeah, that's gonna continue though. I don't see that changing and just being like a fluke. So again, we've talked about this as soon as it was early retired, but the that traffic barrel, we need something that stops the improved movement, because this, drop your team on the other team just whenever you want is just, it's too much, and it just ends games way too fast. I
Yeah.
don't think there's really much else to say about that. When you see how strong going first is, and I'm somebody that would rather play on a neoprene map and go second and get the choice of my map, but it's too obvious that going first is just too detrimental right now. So
No, you have to have a strategy for going second, and there's not really any great ones because everything just goes through blocking and flies, and even on indoor maps, you're really limited.
you have
So you're
to.
really looking at like how many TKs does the other team have, and how many of their alpha strikers can they get across, and are they willing to try to trade points? That's really what your defense is.
And really, it's maybe you can line up a ton of bystanders to take it, but even if you use barrier, how many people that are alpha, across the map have just destroy blocking anyway, or super
Right.
strength to pick up something as well if they need it to even do more damage.
Or just rearrange the barrier you just put there to just make it doesn't matter. They're just right on top of you.
So yeah, I think
So
that's one
I
of the
yeah,
bigger
it's
things.
the alpha is so that's one of the biggest things I think right now is there's just for me is most games are over or should be over in what 3 to 4 turns.
They should be, or they are.
I mean, they are
Yeah, okay.
based on the alpha strikes and that.
I don't
Like
like
you're
that, but that's
surprised when you go
true.
to time, right? So that means that one of two things has happened. Either one shots have come up big, which great, that prolongs the game and there's points being scored, or somebody's dice are really bad.
Hmm. Yeah, I think that's one
And
of
if
the
that's your
bigger.
defense, then I don't think that's much of a defense. So,
That's one of the bigger issues right now, is exactly what Miles just said. Those stats saying if you go first, the alpha is just way too strong right now. And I think is that a stat
Yeah.
that Bill keeps track of on the Elo?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not sure. I haven't looked at his things yet. Yeah.
So that'll be interesting
can
to
you
catch up
search it
with.
quickly on units at all by event, or you just have to go through round by round
I
and
think
player by player?
you have to do the homework. I think, right, Miles?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah. I had to go in there and dig through it all.
I can't believe that. I think maybe we could message Clay. I can't believe that would be something he couldn't pull pretty quickly, honestly.
seeing the stats of people that go first and the win percentages and everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's something that should be in the meta tab. Even you would think maybe, right? Or what's the best place that should be if you go to an event page?
Yeah, I think maybe on the event page.
Details standings maybe, because the meta is just really pieces, right? It's not really. Probably shouldn't go there. Yeah, probably in standings. I would say would be a nice place to put that.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Or even you could even do it. I'm sure you could do it by player. Like, Clay can do any of that stuff with this, but you could even have it like player name, team name, win loss, score, stat, and then like first percentage that you went first during your tournament, and that'd be interesting to see.
Well, it'd be easy to add in the like if you click on the like your name for an event to see the all the person's rounds. You have your name, you have your team, you have the score, the record. It would be easy to break that down because there's plenty of space on the right to add that stat. So yeah, it's probably worth talking about. But yeah, we did think it would be worth sharing that information to explain how important the alpha is. Unhealthy. All right, it's
Yeah.
it's that time again. You've got questions, we've got answers.
Your ass better call somebody!
First, we have Sable Win. Coming off the CCOs and going into states, what are 5 rulings or interactions players should know by heart? So everything Prime Rogue does, I would say. How cable works when using the universal weapon. If you don't know, you're gonna have a bad time. Just ask Bookwood. Definitely know all of the one shots. That was my biggest thing on the last one. I just completely forgot about some of them, which was unfortunate. So definitely know what ones do what, because there's a bunch more coming out of Strange Tales that'll probably be hitting the board too. I think one thing that it's worth noting or knowing how the errata works is the Spirit of Vengeance Red Hulk. The what is it? The stop clicks now don't happen instantly. Is that what it is? Right?
For his, yes.
So that
it's now after resolutions.
Yes, that's what it is. It's not after resolutions anymore. So if you are able to,
No, it is after resolutions now.
Sorry, yeah. So it is after resolutions now. So that means that if you are able to basically one shot through his stop clicks, then it doesn't matter. He doesn't get any pilots. Whereas before, it was not after resolution, so they popped out as you clicked. So definitely worth noting that, because as we saw, Spirit of Vengeance is still going to be a thing at the big events. And the other thing is that I did get a message from someone about Animal Man. They noticed that what we said about the Animal Man not getting added to builds and just informing people how to add them. I think there's still an issue with HC units. But if someone does not know how to add the avatars, it's definitely worth going over. So all you have to do is, like, let's say you type in Animal Man in the browse part of it. You have to first add Animal Man to your sideline, and then there is a separate, character tab under that says Avatar of Animal Man. Once you've added Animal Man to your sideline, then you can add the Avatar of Animal Man to a specific character. So I still think there's an issue with HC units losing equipment or items, but if people do not know, that is how you add them. Did you guys have any?
I think definitely knowing how Prime Rogue works is a huge thing. I think also realizing, even still, you're going to see Beetlejuice come out, so try to know what you can and can't do, because it might help speed up your game a little bit to get a couple extra turns where his effects are less oppressive. But it's still hard to remember everything. Like, it just is. Like, I can't even charge up and break a wall, so that's cool. Other than that, try to know your one shots pretty much by heart. I'm not going to give you 5 of them. I can't think of 5 of them. So, Miles, do you have anything?
Yeah, you have to make sure. I mean, with where it is, that you have to make sure that you can get full map. I mean, if you're not able to get full map on your alpha, it really puts you at a disadvantage, unless you have, you're gonna have to really look at teams like Pat, to really be able to try and survive. But even he has full map, so I think without having a full map alpha, I think that really puts you at a disadvantage if you don't go first.
Maybe that's interaction. Do you have any rulings though, or things that people might not know?
Rulings are.
I'm trying to think about a couple ones. Oh, so one of them that I still want to double check. I'm pretty sure on this one, but it came up in Lucas's and I game. Pim particles allow you to let a character take a free action to become bigger, giant, or tiny. So if they get pulse waved, they should lose that big or tiny, right? Because it was them that took the free action. It's not directly interacting with the one shot.
It should be, yeah, because the one shot gives them that, right?
Yeah, it gives them the free action.
How it is, yeah. Yeah, so I would think so, right? Because that's an ability that it turns off, so yeah, it should reset that. Yeah.
So that was one that came up with us that we had to talk through a little bit. I think that was the big one.
One shots are just, yeah, but yeah.
I think people should understand that you cannot fortify Prime Cable's Pulse Wave. Because the Pulse Wave's doing 1, and then you're taking the knockback for 3. And so that one comes up quite a bit when you're playing against him.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And understand what choose means.
We still haven't gotten a definition.
No, I saw you try to prop her. I thought that was funny.
Dude, I tried to prob her a bunch of times. That's so weird that you can't prob
Yeah.
her. It's with the way that it's worded.
We can't target
But
or
that's
choose
target.
her.
Well, that's
Yeah.
that falls under target though, not choose.
Yeah, I know. You can't choose or target. Yeah.
But you always think
I still
about
like to
that
blame
as
the
like,
choose thing.
you think about not being able to target someone when you're like on the offensive, not when you're on the defense of it. So yeah, I tried to prob Rogue
Yeah, it's-
quite a few times over the last couple days.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a pretty good list though. We need to get back to writing them down because we had a whole segment after events where we would go over stuff like that. So that's probably something worth bringing back because I think it's pretty helpful. All right, then we have Joe Ruffing. Thoughts on hosting state championships slightly off-site, say at my family cabin roughly 6 hours north. Think of the opportunities to really put that Wisconsin stamp on our tournament. Accessible by snowmobile, ice fishing battle royales, venison sausage treats. Availability dependent on hunting success. So this sadly makes me think that Joe's going to be missing our states event for a camping trip.
Well, I mean, not really. It's a family cabin, but I mean, he does have a point. Like, what if there was a Midwest CLX camp? You know?
That could be fun.
Um,
So while we
I have
won't
to
be
tell you, I love this idea.
while we won't be moving states up there, Joe, maybe you want to host a cabin event, and then we can talk. So let's make
Yeah,
that
cabin
happen.
in the woods. Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah, that would be awesome. How fun would that be?
I think that'd be worth it. Let's talk, Joe. Then we have John Eric Hafford. Can we get 3 cheers for Juice? WizKids says he's fun, and it's their game we pay to play. So if they like him. Now, before Anthony Barnstable says, look, John likes Beetlejuice. Anthony, this is sarcasm. So John does also agree that he's terrible for the game. So let's not get excited over that comment. Now we do have Anthony Barnstable. Predegaton, Ares, Animal Man, and Fortify have been constantly on more teams than Beetlejuice, main force, plus sideline. Why does the raw math and sheer numbers of that play frequency not make it a higher priority to talk about the high play frequency of those pieces first? So, out of the ones that you listed here, Predegaton is really, it's just an irritating, he places my figure during setup. Otherwise, he's just, he's good for his points. It's one and done. He would be an issue if every turn at the beginning of the turn you could place my figure or something like that. I do think that Ares is probably number 2 to Beetlejuice. He's 100% a problem, and people are finally being vocal about it. So it's still overshadowed by the issue that is Beetlejuice, but he's definitely number 2. Animal Man, you're pretty much always paying 10 points for it, and it really just makes other pieces playable and adds more tactics to your Swiss Army knife of available options. Fortify, I think we kind of started hinting at this too, but in the smash and bash era, it's annoying for somebody to fortify, but you kind of need that stuff so you don't get smoked turn 2 and it comes down to dice at least a little bit more. So unfortunately, I think that Fortify is something that's just necessary for where we're at right now. But really, any of those things, even Ares, none of the pieces tell me I can't play my team that I built and put on a map simply because that piece is on the field. So we did actually get a few people that did chime in on this even. So I did write those down. We have Ryan Bookwood, who said, Anthony Barnstable, those pieces don't prevent a player from playing the game the way their team is intended. They are just broken. John Eric Hafford, Anthony Barnstable, oh my God, or oh my team has Degaton, Ares, Juice, and Animal Man on it, Team Boohoo. So John is going to be playing Beetlejuice at his local event to what he says prove a point, I believe. Do you have any more insight on that, Miles?
About Team Boohoo?
Yes, Team Boohoo.
Yeah, he was upset that his states wasn't silver, and so this is what they want Martin to be. This is what he's going to do, and he even has not fun tokens.
Yes.
And he's not quite sure what's worse, playing against Juice or being handed not having fun tokens. So you can't play your team.
So
either die the hero or you live long enough to be the villain.
Yes.
So
yeah, no, this is the one piece that literally just makes it like I have been to a few like even small local events, like when I'm out of town or whatever, I have literally walked into play CliX, saw someone playing it, and just completely turned around and walked out. This is a player. This is a figure that I just don't want to have to be building around because it. We'll get to Denny's comment too, and once we get to Denny's comments, exactly why it's just you. You can either go, expect to go against it. He can be beat, but you know what? The main issue is it's not fun. I've played in the era of the Thanos, of the Apocalypse. Yeah, those games were monotonous or whatever, but I was still able to play my team. Yeah, I got wiped fast by Thanos. Yeah, it sucked. But I was still able to play. It's pure hatred at this point, and it's pure hatred. And it might be irrational, but I don't care.
Before we get to the other comments too, like what what he said he's doing it for is because his states decided to not play silver. We love silver here, but that was the easiest. That's what made it the easiest decision. Just go silver. It really wasn't even a thought. So now we actually get to build around what we want to play and have fun versus having to worry about not being able to play what we build. We do have more people that chimed in here though. So we have J.M. DeJulio. Anthony Barnstable, the combined point value of those pieces is 35 points. You can play whatever you want and just fit those 35 points onto it as a support structure. You cannot play whatever you want if you have to fit on a 100-point piece. This is not an apt comparison, in my opinion. Then we have Denny Bobbledyke. The figures you mentioned don't just completely break how a team works. The figures you mentioned...
No, it's you right.
Okay. The figures you mentioned don't just completely break how a team works. The idea of completely discarding so many team ideas because someone will be playing Beetlejuice is stifling to the game. Then we have Kenny Minks, who just straight up says Anthony Barnstable, that is silly. And then finally, Mork Bird, all the way in Australia. They also hate Beetlejuice. Other continents hate Beetlejuice, Anthony. And Mork says, of those pieces... I feel the most problematic is Ares. Animal Man is your new motorbike for 5 points less. Fortify is a more reasonable cannon event. Perdegaton is maybe marginally undercoated, but easy to hit when he's 20 points. I think these highlight the utility, and only one of these pieces is main force and would break most themes. All right. Did you guys want to add anything to that now that we went through all that?
I
already added.
Yeah, I think Anthony's just kind of trying to make a false equivalent argument here. Perdegaton, Ares, Animal Man, and Fortify being on more teams doesn't make them more or less of a problem than Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice's main effect makes him the biggest problem and the biggest thing that we've always said, and that's been consistently over and over. You gave great examples. If Perdegaton could move a piece every turn, nobody would want to play against it. If Ares, you could Ares bomb multiple times a game. Nope, I'm good. Animal Man just makes pieces better and makes more pieces accessible and playable and fortifies a necessary evil. So I don't think it's I don't get what we're trying to say, that the math of these pieces getting played makes them more of a problem than something that fundamentally alters the game structure.
So for instance, all you have to do is look at your event and then compare it to Indiana. Lucas is a great player, but I mean, when you look at if he went up against that Miguel team, the team doesn't function. He can't use Animal Man. He can't get Green Scar to move. Like, he is in such a huge disadvantage because he's unable to play the game like the team's functioned. That team essentially becomes almost dead in the water.
Right, and that's my main point, right? Like, yeah, I don't like Beetlejuice, but it's the fact that it's taking a team that was built uniquely that just completely is now off the board. We went over a handful of teams today and only one person played Green Scar. So what's better, Beetlejuice's existence or eliminating teams that utilize a piece like Green Scar? We want the meta to be open.
Well, and that's how it is. Like, I complain about the alpha. I mean, the alpha's always strong, but it's still, you're still able to function and just be able to play the game and have fun. Like I said, I get wiped on turn 2. Yeah, that gets frustrating. It sucks sometimes, but whatever. I have no problem doing that. Juice just isn't fun. If you remove Juice from the equation, the amount of figures that can be played more consistently, you're going to be seeing so many more fringe pieces. People will be actually going and seeing how good they are. We can finally see if how good that Adam Chase is. You know, he's well, Sister Cersei will see an uptick in play. By removing Juice, you create a much more diverse meta and in the fringe. Like that, he's what's holding the game back right now. If you remove just that one piece, the game, it's already the wild, wild west we've seen with figures like Rogue, Cable, you have Ares, you know, you have all these just ridiculous strong alphas. But it becomes an even more wild, wild west, and now you're going to be looking at almost to where silver is, where you're going to have these silver bullets of things that can answer it, that can be played once you remove this juice. Arrow now becomes played. You're going to have these green scar teams that you're going to have to account for, these Superman teams. So now you're like, okay, this is tough. I don't like. You're going to have these rogue teams that are going to be able to, you know, deal with stuff. You're going to have these green scar teams. It's just going to be like they want to get this game to go fast and get stuff going. Well, they're stifling what's playable right now because of this one trash figure.
I completely agree with that. And
Yeah.
I will just say, like, outside of Animal Man, you're not seeing a ton of Lantern Legacy played because the lanterns don't function with the chance. So you're essentially, when you go to an event, you're betting somebody's not playing Beetlejuice if you play anything like Adam. Like, all right, hopefully I don't get that matchup. And then somebody does, and you're like, I can't do anything here, right? So what's the point?
Literally, look at the top 4 of your CCO. Like, in Miguel's team is one of the best juice teams I've seen. Like, it's just because you're going to be able to give them that 22 defense that can't perplex. You know, you have those 2 Pegasus caps that really, you know, encapsulate it. And so all we got to do is, you know, you look at, you know, Lucas's build. Like, that's nothing. Like, that does nothing. Like, because he has to move 5 or less to be able to make an attack. Because he's not going to be able to choose a power with Animal Man. The Aquaman's like, he essentially has 70, 80. Like, Wally West, okay, Wally West can attack. You know, like, that's going to be his attacker.
But he can't
but he's not going to be able to do his free flurry.
Right, yeah, so he's still weaker.
Yeah, so he's just stuck there. Yeah, so he's just stuck there. And so now you're going to have, you know, 70 points of the Aquamans, you know, that is essentially almost dead points. Zenzi's useless. Kanto can't do anything. So you have almost a third of the build that can't be, you know, pin particles. Like, there's just so much of the build that just can't be played. You go to second place with Pat Fraser's team. I mean, the Spot, just whatever. Like, what are you going to do with that? Like, Spot can't do really much anymore because he doesn't have a moving attack. The whole entire point is to try and give him the God Killer sword because then he can just, you know, do his free flurry. So he's dead. Abomination becomes really just his Animal Man is just useless. So he's just going to be a charge piece to hit one thing hard once. And that can be mitigated because all you need those 2 Pegasus caps, you know, they're going to be hitting. All right, he's only an 18 defense, and so now he's going to take 8 damage and be on his last click because they ignore defense. So that team's dead in the water. Ken's team, I mean, Rogue is still good. She can attack once. Like, that's decent. You know, that's really good. But the Matter You Lad just doesn't even work. And then your team, like, what do you do against it?
Yeah, just regular attacks, but not pulse waves, at least in the beginning. So
yeah, and it's going to be, like I said, that those Pegasus caps, like, they're going to, I mean, all you need to do is hit Cable once with Pegasus cap for just that 11 attack. You know, he'll have prob or whatever. But when you're trying to hit a 22 defense, or, like, you know, if he's going to be range, at that point, you're like, yeah, be range, because now you have to hit my 22s. And there's nothing that you can do to try and mitigate that.
Right, and
Can't do your running shot.
Even if you got a range of like 6, you know, at least you can still play your team from the other side of the map and have a chance to counter it a little bit more. And it's more of a strategy to have to go up against. You know, like I've heard that why is it Green Battery or why wasn't Wakanda Hulkbuster an issue?
Wakanda.
Yeah, because they actually had counters. Like if you didn't pack an Outwit on your team, well then that sucks. You should have packed an Outwit on your team, or the
No, so Wakanda Hulkbuster was a problem. The only issue is that Juice was just a super annoying piece since he came out. But you had Kong and Colossus, and like those pieces were just gark. I hated dealing with it, but like that's why you didn't play him. So, and now where you look at where the meta is now, as we've seen, only one Juice team has had a losing record since Worlds, and that was the SOV Arcade team with him.
Right.
Every single Juice main force team has had a winning record. So he hurts more now than he did before Worlds, and we're seeing that.
Mm-hmm.
Wakanda Hulkbuster, the same reason why. Like, even if you gave him something to protect Outwit, you still had the Colossus and the Kongs that you had to deal with. And it's the one free. Like, so you can mitigate that one free. I'll just move Kong, because he's going to take his 2 actions, and then I'll now charge and then quake your entire team, or just hit you off of that, because that's only for 3 clicks. So Kong just knocks him off that. And then the green power battery,
or you could just hit him hard enough to where he doesn't have it anymore.
And the green power battery it's a straw man's argument, because when you actually look at the green battery, yes, he has that power, which is on 2. So he has that for just a few clicks. He has it on clicks 3, 4, 5, 7, 10, and then 13. Like, so the amount that you have to do correctly to even get that is extremely high.
Yeah, so it's not equal at all.
No, it's not equal at all. You actually have to build your team into doing that. And so now makes more sense, because there's so much more that you have to do with that green battery. Juice, you just throw on a team, and you just put them up with some good things like, okay, we're going to get this really high defensive shell team. And then your argument, well, there's Prime Sinestro. Okay, once again, one answer is not an answer. So you have one answer to something that answers everything. The math isn't mathing at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and also, this is armchair playing, and nothing personal, but like, this is coming from a judge that really doesn't be playing or traveling to and playing in these events. And you're looking at it from the onset and not understanding what it does. Like, you can say, well, he speeds up the game because players are slow playing. He does not. You can look at the game.
No, he does not.
We have it on stream where Brody's playing against a main force Juice. His team was free action heavy, and so now he has to figure out what he can do with his team so he doesn't lose. And so he's getting these long turns against the main force Juice, because now he has to play his team differently than he's been playing the entire tournament. And I get that he won the game. That's not the point. Just because something's not going to be winning every event doesn't mean that it doesn't need to be addressed.
Because it's not winning
Or
every
even
event.
Miles.
it's ruining events because it's not
when
fun.
Even when you're
right there.
playing and you have to maintain game state because the piece is on the board, and you go to do something and you guys have to remind each other, oh yeah, that can't happen. And it happens on your turn and their turn.
Mm-hmm.
And it's maddening. It's just not a fun experience. You can't do that. Why? Because your juice is out. Oh, that's right. So yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, that's why I'm not playing modern. Like, I have this modern team, but it's to the point now where it's like, all right, I'm only gonna be doing these silver events. Like, I'll do states, and then it's like I wait till he rotates at this point, because it's not worth my time to just have an unenjoyable experience.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you. All right, I'm going to move us along, though. We did get some last-minute question or comments from Anthony also. So this one was actually interesting. He said, important note, HC units only reports wins a piece earns against a team that did not contain the same piece. So Beetlejuice having 3 wins means 3 wins against teams that did not contain Beetlejuice on the sideline or main force. So that's interesting. I did not know that. Then he also asks, do any of your family members listen to you guys on your podcast? Oliver always wants to listen, but I usually don't do that with him too often. Sometimes in the summer when we're driving down to work, we'll listen to it. But I just recorded it, so I don't want to listen to myself immediately after. Do you, Peter, Miles? Do you have family members that listen?
I don't think so.
Actually, my mom does.
Oh, does she really? I thought that was a joke.
Oh,
No,
me
no,
too.
she does. So
That's
initially it was a
hilarious.
joke.
Awesome.
She wants a T-shirt. I gotta buy her one for Christmas. So I told her that I was on it. I don't know how many episodes she's actually completely listened to, but she's like, "Well, I'll support it." So I think I honestly, if you ask me, I think she probably turns it on, turns the volume down, and just lets it play, so we get a couple of hits. But yes, my mom is a listener. Thanks, Bev.
Yeah, so your mom is like my grandma with Dallas, where it's just playing on the background all the time. She doesn't even know what's going on. I get it.
Yeah, she was super excited when she found out about it too. My mom's the best. Like if anybody ever meets my mom is absolutely just like one of the most positive people in the history of the world. So it's anything I did is just the greatest thing in the world to her. So it's nice. So yeah.
I'm in the market for a new mom, so if she's interested in adopting,
Oh,
a
yeah.
40-year-old man child, just let me know.
Bev would take you in a heartbeat. She's a lover of the peeps. So yeah, she's great.
Now, Anthony also asks, what gifts are you each getting some of your loved ones for the holidays? I don't want to give away too much just in case someone's listening, but Oliver is definitely getting a lot of HeroClix for the winter. I've been collecting a lot of the chases and stuff from the last couple sets, so he's going to be excited to open those.
No HeroClix. Getting quite a lot of stuff. My daughter's getting a guitar, stuff like that. Expensive. It's gonna be an expensive holiday for me.
It always is.
Yeah, I think
Um,
that our holiday bill this year, including the 2 birthdays, or 3 if you want to include the one in November, close to, I think, $6 grand.
Dollars?
Yeah, I wish. Yeah, I wish.
Pete?
My wife is an avid pool player, so she's getting a new pool stick and a new pool bag to carry around pool sticks, and she can never complain about the cost of my little plastic superheroes because pool sticks are ridiculously expensive for a piece of wood. We just got done refinishing our basement, so we're doing a lot of stuff down there just to kind of finish out the CLIX cave and a workout room for her and some other stuff. So a lot of that for the kids. My daughter's older. She's kind of trying to make her way in the world, so it's more of just like gift cards for her, just to make her life a little bit easier, and probably at least 1 or 2 things to open. And the boy is really hard to shop for because honestly, he's kind of an old soul, so he is getting some things to make his video gaming a little more portable, and then you always just have to find kind of something fun for him. So we're in the process of doing that, but that's basically kind of what we're doing here for Christmas.
Nice. His last question is, if I pay $50 a month to pick a topic, how many minutes or hours of the podcast do you promise to spend on the topic? Yeah, I created those tiers not actually expecting anybody to to do them, but as you know, we can talk for a very long time about nothing. So as long as it's a clicks related topic, we can probably go quite a long time, and we would make it
No,
worth it.
no.
No, what?
He's gonna want us to talk positive about Beetle Juiceberg.
That's
Not
not
happening.
that's not the agreement. It's just talk about
So
a topic, not positively lie about it.
yeah, I have a thought. We'll guarantee a Redmond 20 minutes, which could be 20 minutes or it could be 9 hours. That's
I
that's
mean, we
what
just
we'll do.
we just did a 20-minute
It can be
offshoot
a
on
quick
Beetlejuice
recording.
for free, so I feel like we could do a whole
Yeah.
episode on that.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
A
As
Redmond,
long
20
as I get
minutes.
therapy lights. Yeah, I need the therapy lights. Yeah, they're real.
You'll have to tell me about them in a little bit. All right, so we got Ken Small. Did you do well enough with Cable Prime to keep using him as a figure to build around? Any lessons from seeing him in competitive play? I think he's great. I'm just gonna have to keep kind of learning a little bit more like strategy with him at the same time. So I'm definitely going to continue with him. Um, with Strange Tales coming out, Mystical's kind of my second build right now, so that's kind of on the back burner, but it's definitely going to be something I'm just kind of messing around with for a bit. But Cable is more than just Pulse Wave, so there's a lot more utility there. Even just using Force Blast to deal the extra damage instead of attacking, or know when to carry him up to use the free running shot, or just the costed move and running shot versus TK and try to get 2 pulse waves off. So it's definitely more about positioning. It's not as easy than just throwing your piece out there. I think the biggest weakness on practice day was the elevated terrain, and just trying to maneuver some of that on some of the maps. So I added pin particles to it, and then it was never important the whole CCO event. So I'm still kind of fine tuning the build, and how I play him. But I think it's definitely my piece for the foreseeable future. Any Cable builds, Miles?
No, I don't have any X-Men 97.
Oh.
And don't plan on getting any.
Do you want a Cable?
No.
Fine.
You know what? Actually, speaking of Cable, I'd like to see him in the next X-Men movie, maybe played by a man like Michael Cera. I think he would be able to fit the bill as the perfect Cable actor.
All right, fine. Pete, are you gonna build with Cable?
Well, with our current op event, I kind of have been, but I could easily switch that in the next 10 minutes. So,
Yeah.
I played him. I mean, man, when he goes off, he is devastating. Like, just honestly, game-ending devastating. So I think I'd probably play more Prime A-Bomb than him in Modern right now, but I get why you like him. And he's not just Pulse Wave. It's not fair to do that to that piece. That piece is just a highly efficient attacker.
I
And you
agree.
can do a lot of cool things. I think the Pulse Wave interaction is a little problematic for me,
No,
but it is what it is.
it is.
So even if he could not be equipped with the universal weapon, I think you probably would still find ways to utilize him highly effectively.
100%.
Yeah.
So I'm sticking with him for a bit. I'm very happy with him right now. But yeah, I like Mystical and Monster, and Mystical is getting a huge boost. So it's going to be hard to stick with one build for a while. But I went a whole year without playing anything that I was really loving. So it's nice to kind of get that back again. Ryan Bookwood, how does it feel to avenge your previous CCO loss? Maybe should have celebrated my daughter's birthday with some 300 modern practice. Then I would have been more prepared. Yep, it's all about priorities there, Bookwood. So you were a great dad, just a terrible player when it comes down to it that day. But you made the right decision. It's okay. Can't fault you for that. Number 2, seeing
he kind of wants to fault you for it, though.
No, he was a great dad. He made the
Yeah,
right
a little
choice, and he paid the ultimate cost. Seeing as how it was Thanksgiving weekend, I was thankful that the people had souls and were decent people, and no one played Main Force Juice at our CCO. Yeah, I agree. I want to say thanks to everyone that did not play a Main Force Juice at our event. So I don't know if that's because they knew they were coming to our event, or we have players that like fun. Any insight, Miles?
Yeah, I don't know how much more I can beat this dead horse.
No, just some little insight real quick.
Yeah. I'm trying to spin as positive. It's nice when actually good players, honorable players, go to events. I think that, I think it's very honorable.
So indirectly, you're telling Miguel again that he was dishonorable.
Yeah, he's not so Giant Gonzalez.
Yes. Pete, any insight on why we had such a healthy event?
Well, because we did not have anybody main force juice, but we did have somebody juice battery him. So it is what it is. People are going to do what they're going to do to try to win events, and I guess if that's what's available in Modern and that's what you choose to do, the rest of us just have to be prepared to be like, well, I'm sorry I came here today, wasted my time in a snowstorm, and spent my money.
Yep.
Thanks.
And we'll continue to shame everyone that main forces him. Going to McConnell Lamar. Hey gents, welcome to the home stretch of 2025. Did Prime Rogue's ability to take special powers prove to be as problematic as previous erratas would suggest, like Venom Rogue? So I only played one this last week, and it was Bookwood's, so obviously he didn't play her well, so it definitely did not come into play once even. Did you play against any rogues, Pete?
Not during the CCO. I did on Monday. I played against Rogue twice. Bookwood played her once on weekly, and then I played it against last night with Matt Pragnano. I mean, she's strong, but I don't really feel that she's as bad as I think I initially thought she was. I still would like to know what choose means, but I guess that's one of those great mysteries of life, like chicken or egg.
Did anytime you play her, did she outwit something, was able to use a special power and got crazy? It sounds like the answer is no.
No, I don't recall it, but I think that's pretty contextual, right? So it just didn't happen in my matchups.
Well, 50%
Well,
of the
I
people
was
you played
watching
was
one of the
Bookwood, and
streams.
he didn't know what she did, so.
Yeah. And one of them
That's
took
fair.
Abomination's damage power, so
That's solid.
that came in.
It wasn't Bookwood, though, right?
No.
No,
No.
it wasn't. What were you most surprised did not show up or had low representation in this weekend's tournaments? For me, I would say Spirit of Vengeance Red Hulk. I expected to see more of him. We had 0 at our event.
Yeah, he's that's exactly what I predicted was after that errata, the majority of players outside of the select few that have been playing him before Worlds just moved away. I mean, he's been selling for only $25.
The figure?
So
Or what's the legacy card at? Because the legacy card got out of control.
the legacy card's it's like 80.
Still,
But still,
okay.
it used to be 80 and 80.
Yeah.
Roughly about 125 to.
Did we have any Spirit of
No.
Vengeance?
No, that's what I said. We had
I
0.
didn't see it.
Yeah.
That's nuts. I figured there was one that I just didn't see.
You
Oh.
missed some
Yeah,
Bookwood
that's
questions,
crazy.
by the way.
I wouldn't say I missed them.
I think you did because I think we have a taker.
Let me go back to
Bookwood's
them.
taking a beating today.
I'm just saying, no, it's a question because if you look at it though, I mean, because Madison's gonna be with you, this way Christine can play at your states and she can,
Let me bring
Do
up
my
the
avatar.
questions again. Let's see. All right. Where is Bookwood? Did he add them
I'm assuming
then?
at his house. It's pretty late.
Oh, he definitely added some. Okay. We need someone to hold the iPad for Miles so he can play at the Rock States at Coliseum Games in Kenosha, Wisconsin on January 3rd. Any takers? We're definitely not doing that.
saying like you can bring Madison and she can be my avatar.
We could
be
do
great.
that, but we will not be doing that.
All
It
right,
was
well, whatever.
very loud.
Whatever.
Yeah. Let's get Miles a plane ticket, and then he can play in it.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
WWE is dead to me. The product is beyond garbage. They have ads during PLEs now. There is no storytelling anymore. It is just pure trash. AE Wood on the comeback. Maybe it's time to retire from wrestling and enjoying how good we had it back in the day. Seeing as how John Cena's last match is upon us within 2 weeks, who do you think would be a better last opponent, LA Knight or Gunther? Thoughts on Cena's retirement tour now that it's basically done? I think it's been a massive letdown. I have not been able to watch anything. They changed all the channels that stuff is on. They went from Peacock to, what is it on now? ESPN?
Netflix.
No, Raw's on Netflix. So I could watch Raw, but all the
No,
the
it's
live
all going
events,
to Netflix soon.
the
Yeah,
live events,
the live events are on. Oh no,
ESPN.
yeah, the live events are right. ESPN and not only do you have to pay for ESPN, but you have to pay for the event on ESPN, so you don't even get it with ESPN.
Yeah, so I've pretty much dropped off for most of
Yeah.
it. I still see like highlights and stuff every week, but I'm just not paying attention anymore. A lot of it has died ever since the sale to what is that, the TKO people group.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been
Yeah, it was a
it's been
total
rough.
knockout. It's died. It was a total knockout for sure. Just destroyed it.
Pete, where are
Am
you
I
at
the only
with
holdout here?
WWE? Are you still paying attention
Yeah.
to most of
Yeah.
it?
Yeah. I mean, it's like if I have it on in the background of stuff. I mean, it's so as far as like to address this question, so I think the last match should be against Gunther and not LA Knight. I think that guy is your most likely next big heel, next big thing up until they hopefully promote some younger guys. I think overall there were some definite misses during the Cena retirement tour, but they weren't going to make us all happy unless it was just straight nostalgia where Jericho came back and, Edge came back and it was just, all that again. I really did enjoy Dominic getting his win back over Cena. Um, I think for the most part, it was done okay. I would give it probably a B plus, but I'm not gonna say it wasn't entertaining. There was definitely some entertaining parts. I think the heel turn was mostly a flop, but
It was all
it
a
was still
flop
shocking for the time. Yeah,
for
it
the
was still
night.
shocking for the time. Yeah. So I mean, as far as where WWE is, this is kind of where it's been headed. It's become less and less wrestling and more pop culture with occasional matches, and that's where they're at. As far as like AEW, that's obviously the natural comparison for people because we have to have a comparison. There's tons of other really good wrestling out there too. TNA is still around and involved in stuff. AEW is around, and JPW is around. So if you actually like wrestling, there's tons of outlets for that type of thing.
I do miss actually enjoying the pay-per-views though that were on Peacock, and what was it? Oh, even the WWE Network, just having that was great. So I
I
went
missed the
and
network.
I actually bought
That's what actually,
Netflix
yeah,
because I thought everything was going to Netflix, and then it was just Raw. So that was a little bit of a letdown.
yeah, yeah. The network actually got me back into watching wrestling for about 4 years, 5 years, like full time for WWE. Then I got into the Indies and followed AEW for a while. It's just not the same. I mean, it sort of feels like how we're modern is right now. CLIX. It's just just complete. Just not for me.
Well, wrestling ebbs and flows. I think it just does. And it always has. There's been times of it where even I would term myself more of a hardcore watcher who has, not consumed as much as I do now. I just think we're heading into one of those downturns for a little bit.
This
Yeah,
is
I
an
have
absolute
recorded.
low
I have
for me.
everything recorded. Yeah, for like even when I wasn't like watching it full time, I still had it recorded and was still keeping up with it. This is the first time where there's actually been like a long period where I don't even keep up with it like at all. There's zero interest, which is crazy. I mean, I create custom like compilations where I go through like different shows and I will edit out a match and then put matches and like all the promos. Like I will make custom DVDs of wrestling for like wrestlers like careers, and
Would you still do that
yeah,
now with the
that's
current WWE product?
no, I have none of it. I have everything. I was able to get everything from the 80s. When was it? Till 2023, 24. Yeah, towards the end of 24. I have everything. Yeah, it was so I still make sets.
McConnell also did want to say his Delaware Rock State Championship is on January 31st and wants people to come on down and play. We have Caleb Cadu. As someone who doesn't have a lot of disposable income and pretty much rely on closer events and on pre-release and release day events, how as a community can we make it so that the price of individual clicks goes down? One of the number one things I'm looking for, but can't really buy is the Chimelian flute, but it is $100 for a poker chip. Second, being any type of LE, should WizKids always sell all LEs at some point after certain amounts of time it being winnable, and let it be something you can always buy after the amount of time? Because the eBay prices are so crazy sometimes, like I'm seeing a Fulcrum Abominus listed for $100, but definitely not worth that. But others, like 30 to 50 and other, I'm looking for, but either way, I think that prices get out of hand. So there's a lot of things to kind of unpack here. I think the first thing with the bystanders and the collector's trove equipment is that just was not distributed well in the beginning. So those things with those price tags, that should never have happened. They should have been more widely available in the boosters or something like we talked about a while ago. I think I would like to see LEs available for sale 6 months after, since they're legal for 3 years. I think, Miles, you said a little bit sooner than that, maybe?
It depends. I think that it depends on I think winnables. I think 6 months is perfectly
Okay.
fine. I'm talking about the buyables, because that's luckily we've seen they've been doing it a lot better, but there's still a few buyables that I haven't seen on the shop yet. But I think 3 months, or I mean, even a month after the event for the buyables, I think wouldn't be an issue. But the winnables for sure. I think that the winnables they need to, you want to feel good for going out of your way and going to an event to win these.
Yeah.
And figures even though we've talked about Infinite, I think figures like that, that's a participation price for World, so that makes total sense.
Right.
Is it a little bit ridiculous? Yes, but at the same time, that's sort of almost how you want those participation for events like Worlds to be.
I agree.
The worst thing that we have seen was Darkside. Darkside was supposed to be this big thing to go to these icy regionals. That was why you wanted to go to win. And then what was a week after they were announced to be the prize, you could pay $15 at Worlds. And I think that really hurt the amount of people that would travel, because that was when they were still trying to get those CCO regionals really, really to start getting the players to go. And so they're going to try and get these exclusive figures just for them to be undermined, because a week later they're like, yeah, they're $15. And so now you're like, well, I mean, I can travel 6 hours, or I can just wait to go to Worlds and get it,
Yeah, that was the grand prize. I think I think there was two.
Yeah.
First and second got it. And so then you find out later that it was only $15 after. That was not good.
Yeah, no, and that's what I mean. I'm talking about obviously you're gonna have, if you're closer, you're gonna travel. But when you have people that willingly and go and travel 6 hours, try and win that stuff, it's well, maybe it's not worth that. When you're looking at it, because now all of a sudden that prize just isn't as exclusive as you thought.
I think the bystanders they've kind of started to address, and hopefully they continue to do it with some of the cardboard bystanders. I'm not a big fan of the cardboard, but getting a lot of those bystanders out around Worlds and that, and having that be a thing, they could easily do some of that with the collector's trove equipment, which would be a lot better. Ellie's being for sale at some point, I think it's an interesting idea. I just don't know how you do that. I think the 6 month kind of wait time sounds very appropriate to me, especially for winnables. That's really kind of my whole thought on all that.
And I don't think he mentioned anything just regular product. But I would like to see chases keep a little bit more value. It really hurts when you see these new chases going for $50 the week after release. That's just crazy.
Well, because they're not, when you look at that set as a whole, I mean, those chases just aren't going to hold their value when you're going to have a prime rogue or a prime cable, these super rare primes that just blow them out of the water. Outside of one or two of them,
I think they're better. I think people write stuff off way too fast.
They do, but that's how it always is. You're always going to get these just And we have some chases that's just like, this isn't good for a chase. But yeah, I mean, what chases are dropping to be under $50 for X-Men right now? Is it Cyclops, which
Yeah, which we just saw somebody utilize. I mean, I don't think it's like
Yeah.
don't think he's amazing, but somebody was able to make it work. It's just that's just it though. If it's a piece that you like, you think is neat, there's potential with it. Just see what you can do.
It's characters too. Nightcrawler. I mean, Nick went 1-4 with them. He's still, $85-$90.
Nick made him drop after playing him.
He did. No, I sold it for $90, and the next one sold. Like Newmark saw Nick played it, and he's like, I can't ask 90.
Fire sale.
I gotta go 85.
Fire sale.
Yeah.
He's like $12.95.
Yeah.
The
that's where the price is though. Is it's gonna be all about the pieces that are gonna be, the top tier, that everyone sees everyone playing. Like that's it. Yeah, unfortunately, there's just nothing we can do about it. People set prices, and it's hard not to set prices when you have people like for pre-release. Like there was that Doctor Doom from Strange Tales, someone bought for $250 because they had FOMO.
Someone sure did. But they should not. That's the main reason why you buy a brick or a case, right? Is to see what chase you got. Everyone's like, "What chase did you get?" Right? And so
Yeah.
I think that the issue is that people overbuy for that, that sense of gambling, and then they have buyer's remorse because they didn't get the piece they wanted. And so everybody keeps selling it lower to get as much money back as they can. But then you're looking at like, yeah, I think I saw Cyclops for maybe $40. That seems like way too low. Magneto's going for, I think, maybe 60. I've seen him. Madeline, I've seen as low as 55. Like, these are great pieces. Sinister is kind of
Well, look at the super rares. Even look at the super.
That's a whole other thing, too. They're way too low.
Professor X and Magneto are $15 each.
Which is
that's
less.
insane.
That's less than a booster, right? And you only get if you're lucky, you get 3 of them. Not lucky, I would say on average. There's some that, depending if you pull a prime, you might only get 2 super rares in a brick of 12 boosters, and you're picking up 2 that cost less than a booster. I think that's a problem
I
too.
bought Magneto, and so there's actually I do have X97. I have the Magneto super rare, Professor X super rare, and then Prime Bishop. I got those for a combined, including shipping, $33.
Like, that's insane. They should at least be that individually each.
Yeah,
and they're all
less
good
than
pieces.
2 boosters.
They're all
less than 2 boosters.
That's insane.
Yeah, and they're higher rarities. Yeah,
and they're all good
absolutely.
pieces too. None of those are bad.
Yeah,
they're all good.
No.
So is it really what you're saying that they should just hold value more?
That's what I would like to see him hold value more. So I think that's not exactly the point that he was making, but that's just the point that I wanted to make on top of this, that I would like to see the regular releases hold more value. But the bystanders and equipment were an issue. That was just bad.
Yeah, that was rough.
And I think there's a middle ground for the LEs, like we already mentioned. He did correct, I think, the links from last week, so he does have a couple of teams here. So back to the last episode, here's an updated list of the teams. The teams have been updated. So this is a Thor team. This is Phoenix Force Thor with Destroyer Armor. This is a silver team. Kevin with Avatar of Towerette. And then Mr. Oz with the Wonder Woman bracelets for 10 points. Mimic, Reverse Flash, Towerette, and Treasure Chest. Is he just 10 points short? So obviously, I think you're leaving room for one shots because it's 10 points off, and it's not because there wasn't something added or missing.
You can't.
Why? Oh, that's right, because the Phoenix
Force Thor. Yeah.
I feel so bad to not play 10 points, though.
A retail, maybe? Is there any 10-point retails you could find?
Because
you're not
Proteus.
Yeah.
That would help.
That'd be my only suggestion.
Kevin or something safe.
Green Proteus 10 points, yeah.
So
Yeah, you're go ahead.
where you rank Phoenix Force Thor? I think you have to take into account that you're playing 3 pieces in 400 points, and yeah, he might only take 2 damage at the most, but someone might get an easy 4, 5, 6 attacks on him. I don't
Yeah.
think he holds up in silver.
I agree
So
because you're getting on average what 5 actions,
Yeah,
and so 2 pieces of flurry suddenly you're in a bad spot.
right.
yeah, it's tough, but he has a figure that I am dealing with. You got to remember too his freeze, and I'm pretty sure they ruled it to where you can choose the same one twice. So all you have to do is you move up to them and do that deal 1 penetrating damage to each opposing character within 2 squares, and so now you're just doing free to deal 2 penetrating damage to everyone. I'm actually looking at playing Martian Manhunter, the detective,
With him?
with outsiders. No, against him.
Oh, against him.
To deal with him, yeah, because like that Martian Manhunter is, I know he shuts off a free, but he shuts off for one character. That's how it should be, not everyone. And then he can't modify his stats, so he's just stuck at an 8, 10, 17, 3.
Where did you hear they
Tie him up.
Where did you hear that they ruled that you could choose it twice?
Where was it at? It's because it doesn't say choose 2 different ones, so it says choose 2. So same reason why you can pick something even though you technically can't fulfill it.
I don't know if I
Was the argument?
agree.
I don't
with
agree
that.
either.
Yeah.
It needs a win ruling, but yeah, as of right now, I'm pretty sure that because if you can do the free choose 2, you just heal him twice. 2 clicks. So there's yeah.
Well, then that means that towards the end, he's a 14-22 for 6 if you choose to modify his defense and attack +2. That doesn't make sense. If you choose 2, you have to choose 2 distinct ones. Otherwise, you're choosing one twice. I don't think that's accurate.
Yeah.
But yep,
No.
worth the ruling. So personally, I do not like him in silver. Is there anything you guys would change besides Kevin and Mr. Oz? Would you keep the support? I guess he's got support with Kevin, right?
He does, but it's so tough because he's going non-theme, and like Porter, like the black shirt Porter, just or even white shirt Porter, really to get there with the theme is really helpful. But I mean, I do understand that Kevin, because he's able to heal from range.
You know what though? I think what about the Indigo tribe ring on him instead? So he's getting more heals if he uses support, and then
You can't equip him.
Oh, god damn it! I've already forgotten how Kevin works.
I don't think there's I mean, you could go Khonshu on Kevin would be your other option, but I don't think there's a better option than Towerette for what you're trying to do.
Yeah. Maybe Venom Magneto instead of Mr. Oz. Maybe.
Yeah, if you could do that non-theme.
Yeah.
Let's go to.
It's just like Miles said, it's hard to in silver ignore up order. Sorry.
And that's
ridiculous.
his restricted piece then is the Destroyer armor on Phoenix Force Thor.
I don't know if it's I mean, I get what he's going for with that, but yeah.
Then he's got a past Avengers team. So this is definitely more my speed, I think. So this is the Prime Spider-Man at the Black Symbiote, Spider Hammer-Eye with the Venom Symbiote from Earth X, Caveman Wally West with the +1 longsword, Zala Jarrell with the Godkiller sword, Professor Moriarty, Captain America from the Kooky Quartet with Mjolnir, Quicksilver with Bloodstone, Scarlet Witch with the Ring of TK. Those both are from Kooky Quartet, and then a WWE ring. Fortify, Halt, Mutant, Web Swinging on the sideline. So, what is he using the WWE ring for? Who can pick a power? Nobody. It's just to have it. Looks like it.
Yeah, so he's there. You need to take off that Sentinel from the sideline and Mimic. So you need to Animal Man on Hammer Eye. Animal Man on Hammer Eye makes him 10 times the attacker. So you remove WB Ring and Mimic. And the Venom symbiote.
Where's he at with modern points? He'd have to open up some more modern points, though.
Oh, does he? Okay. So his modern points, yeah. So I'd probably take off Halt Mutant, honestly, for the 5 points there. I think that you have to Hammer Eye with Animal Man, especially to follow up with Spider-Man, because now you're going to be able to move full speed 12 with hypersonic speed, attack, and then do his free attack against somebody. And you can tie someone up by choosing plasticity. You can choose super senses, so now he's a 4 through 6 senses and he's a 20 defense. It gives so much more options for Hammer Eye.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that. You just got to mess with the points a little bit. What about Professor Moriarty? Yeah. Do you like that with this? I feel like I
know what he's doing.
Open it up.
I know, understand what he's doing with it, because he's doing what does he have? Yeah, he has the Bloodstone. I don't know if that's worth the gimmick, honestly, because you need to look at when you're building your teams and looking at it. You're like, okay, what 5 actions am I going to do? So now you're going to be limiting yourself down to 4 actions, because you're okay. This is going to be one of my actions. I don't know that dealing 1 unavoidable is better than getting another attack for
exactly
more than 1 damage.
Again, when you think silver, it changes the math, right? Like, I don't think another attacker going at Phoenix Force Thor is worth it. Same thing with this. You're putting 45 points into a power action to deal 1 damage when somebody has 5 actions to get across the map and attack you. So I just don't think Moriarty is the play, but the rest of it looks pretty strong.
Yeah.
So I would swap out the Moriarty.
Yeah, so Moriarty, so there's your 10 points, Bloodstone. So you're going to take off Bloodstone to put on your modern points, and Mimic to put on the Animal Man onto Spider Hammer Eye.
Yeah.
And then you're going to have 45 points to take away from Professor Moriarty. And there's plenty of other figures you can use. I guess if you still want to use them, I mean, you don't have Bloodstone. I think Animal Man on Hammer Eye is just a much better use of those 10 points than Bloodstone is with Moriarty.
All right, next one is a Lobo team. So this is the Prime Lobo from Lantern Legacy with the chain, Carnage Silver Surfer with the Chameleon Flute, Professor Moriarty again with the Bloodstone, Mr. Oz with the Wonder Woman bracelets, Spider-Man with Mjolnir, the Fulcrum Abominus, Colossal, Scarlet Witch from the Kooky Quartet, Spider-Man, the 25.1 that gives the team player team ability with U.S. Agent's Shield for combat reflexes, Hydra Agent for 15 points, a Tri-Sentinel, and a Carnage Colossal for 10 points. So, again, I'm not a huge fan of the Professor Moriarty, especially now he's 55 points with the Bloodstone. And is it really worth putting Wonder Woman bracelet on Mr. Oz for 10 points just to give him a 6 on a super senses?
Yeah, he's not. So Oz is going to be next to that Spider-Man. So now Oz is going to be a 4 through, is going to be a 5/6, and so he's giving Lobo Wonder Woman. He's giving everyone the Wonder Woman. That's why it's worth 10 points.
Oh, I was looking at the wrong thing.
You definitely need. Yeah, so you need to get rid of Moriarty. You're missing Crazy Jane. Crazy Jane is a must on this. And then you also want to look at CSA potentially. So like with Owlman, like those right there. That right there is 35 points, and you're still going to have another 10, 20 points to go. And you're giving your team Outsiders and CSA.
Yeah, that's big.
Another attacker on here. I mean, even if you want to, take off Professor Moriarty. Bring in, what's his name? Sicarian Iron Man. Like I see you throw Tri-Sentinel in there. It's not worth it. Take that out and give Iron Man Animal Man. Iron Man has Sicarian has Avengers keywords, so he's getting team player from Spider-Man.
Right.
Yeah, that's way better.
Because if you look at it, you're like, okay, so you lose Surfer. I mean, Lobo's not going to be able to take a team out. So you need to look at what other attackers you have. I know you have that 35 point, Miles, but that's still not enough. Like you need to with silver, you need to just overwhelm your opponent with attackers. Like that's the entire thing. Like that's Moriarty with Bloodstone is just not nearly as good as Sicarian.
Yeah.
And then what you have Charge the Ring to bring in. Who's he bringing in?
I don't think anybody.
I don't know. I don't see anyone with. Do you have with a core? Is there anyone with core?
No. So I wonder
So
if
you
that
just-
was an accident.
So
So that's another 10
Must be,
points.
yeah.
So there's definitely, if you open
Yeah.
up some points, there's definitely a team with Lobo. I mean, Lobo is crazy in silver, and you're getting a ton of
he
stuff.
is.
So just take some of the retail away, get rid of Professor Moriarty,
Oh,
and what
That's
Miles
actually what
said
you do.
was, what
yeah.
Sicarian.
Animal Man on Lobo. Yeah, that's what you need. Animal Man on Lobo, but you still want Sicarian over that in the Bloodstone. I mean, you can give him the motorcycle if you want. Just
You're
to
not
give
putting
him,
Animal
the
Man
charge.
on Sicarian?
I don't know. I think on Lobo. I think Lobo is more important to keep alive than Sicarian, honestly.
Oh, you know what,
'Cause
dude?
you can
His restricted piece is Ares for an Ares bomb.
I know.
Take that off and get the cloak on
Yeah.
Sicarian, and
Yeah.
then do Animal Man on Lobo. Yeah,
That's what I
that's
mean.
totally
Yeah.
fine. Yeah.
So I'm saying Moriarty and Bloodstone's 55 points. So that's your cloak and Sicarian.
Yeah. Okay.
He's gonna have a senses. Yeah. Like that's what you do. Boom. Done. She
And
removed
then, are you
charge the
just
ring.
getting rid of Tri Sentinel for Crazy Jane?
Yeah. And then
Yeah,
you
I
also need
agree.
to see it. Yeah. I try Sentinel for Crazy Jane, absolutely. If you're gonna go silver and you're gonna go the Lobo, there are certain team abilities that you must have. Outsiders, absolutely. Giving your entire team outsiders is
Insane.
ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Yeah, that's what you need to do. Focal Abominus, is giving you the JLA and all that stuff as well, which is nice. But yeah, it's Cloak and Saki since without Ares yet. No.
Yeah, I don't think Ares is ever the play as your restricted piece. Then there's a Genesis and Apocalypse team. So this is the Prime Black Leopard from Fantastic Four with Avatar of Animal Man, Carnage Silver Surfer with the Red Symbiote, Zala Jarrell with the God Killer Sword, Kitty Pryde from the Dice Roller set that we were talking about earlier today. Or was that was actually probably before we were recording, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
So never mind. With Wonder Woman
Yes.
bracelets, Polaris from the Hellfire Gala, then Genesis and Apocalypse. Apocalypse has Ring of TK. Genesis has Longsword, both at 35 points. The Leader, Legacy with Reality Gem, Carnage, and the WWE Ring. I just think there's not enough attackers again, right? It seems like just a lot of stuff that's kind of thrown together. Black Leopard, I like with Destroyer Armor.
What's the restricted piece? Genesis?
Genesis, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think you're going in
Man,
enough with
I
them.
exactly what you just said. Exactly what I just was thinking is put Black Leopard in the Destroyer Armor. Then you got some things going on there.
I know that's the restricted piece then.
I'm guessing you have Polaris and not Venom Magneto, so that's why. Or else I'd say you go Venom Magneto, for it to save you 5 points.
So you're not going to be theme if you get rid of Genesis.
But what are you really doing though? You have Zala Jarrell that can, fly out, make an attack, and carry somebody over. You don't really want.
Well, you can't. Yeah, and you can't give the Ring of TK to Apocalypse with the Sword Bearer trait. That's in the comp. You can't use a trait to assign him and assign a separate equipment.
Correct. So that actually just saves 5 points if he wants the Ring of TK on him. And honestly, you don't even. He probably just clicked it because you don't need the longsword on Genesis either because she's got Warrior and Brute.
Yeah.
So that's an extra 10 points right there. But there's just not enough attackers here, right? I think this is just a team that usually starts to get picked apart. And you can totally choose your targets and just slowly do it with no problem. So I think the other two teams that we looked at before this were stronger.
Yeah, I think the Lobo team is way stronger than this. I realize he's going with the the Black Leopard, but yeah, you need
This one
You know,
seems like
instead
a
of
lot of
destroyer armor,
ideas fit
yeah,
like forced onto
give
a
him
team.
Mjolnir. Yeah, you give Black Label Mjolnir.
Yeah,
You
that'd
know,
be better
something.
too.
Because he has Genesis, so you give him Mjolnir. But yeah, it's just like Apocalypse and Genesis are 10 attacks. It's just yeah, it's a really it's really hard. And then because you have Zala and Surfer, Surfer goes down, you know, after enough attackers. It's just yeah. I think the Lobo team right now is the best one if you get Saki on there and you get Crazy Jane.
I don't mind the past Avengers with the little tweaks that we mentioned
No.
too. And then last one is
Yeah.
a Bastion team. So this is the new Chase Bastion at 295, Influence in 0, Brainiac with Avatar of Khonshu. The Brainiac is from Notorious 026, Master Mold, Scott Porter, and a what is this, black shirt, and then a WWE ring, sideline Absorbing Man, and that's the most important one. What do we think about
I'll
robots
be honest.
here?
I actually, the more I've been looking at him, I actually like Bastion with Animal Man at 175. So that way you can get Master Mold at 75. I just think Master Mold dies too easily at 25.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I just don't like him having sidestep, and I don't want to give him charge or hypersonic even at the top.
Yeah, no, I get that, but yeah, that's the only reason why I like him at 175 is with Animal Man. I know because you want to do the pulse wave and everything,
Yeah.
but you want Master Mold at 75 points.
Is there any way?
I think that's been the sweet spot.
If I
He
brought
just dies at
Bastion,
25.
so if I brought Bastion down and ended up doing Animal Man on the sideline, I feel like I would try to do either just a Karima Sentinel team, maybe.
Yeah, but you just need Master Mold at 75. He just dies too fast at 25, unfortunately.
And I'm guessing probably just no, what's his name, Kevin, instead for the Brainiac and Avatar of Khonshu. Yeah, I don't know if a 295 Bastion can hold up by himself again in silver, right? We've already talked about this with Thor. I like Bastion better than Thor, but it's the same thing. He's never going to be able to heal. So yeah, the 175 probably is the better play. Then you get another 120
Well, he can make his own.
points.
He gives him 0 to give him the free barrier to heal with, but
he needs to take a turn to be able to do that. And if he gets basically cleared in one turn, the problem is that you have 5 actions to get through, 11 clicks, and that's really not that hard when there's nothing else to go against.
No.
What is Brainiac doing? What's Master Mold doing? What's Blackshirt Porter doing? It's really just Bastion, and he's just going to get overwhelmed, right? I don't think there's...
We've seen the 295 point tent pole that works in silver we've seen, and that was Magneto. And the reason why is because you're able to modify their stats. Like that's what makes them hard to deal with. And so you want to try and that's going to be pretty much your bar for like a 300 point tent pole is going to be like a Magneto if you're going to go that route. And yeah, Bastion just can get out actioned and doesn't really hurt the opponent for taking multiple actions.
Grand Prize APOC has his place too, but I agree. I think if you're gonna do this, I think you need a rollout on Bastion. Like get rid of influence and go Mandarin. Go the remaker. So at least you have a shape change and a chance to make them not be able to target him with that character, and then hope that your defenses hold up. It's a lot of healing. I mean, Bastion heals constantly, and if you're gonna play it with Kevin, you're gonna be able to support him too. But I think you're just gonna get out actioned.
Yeah, I mean, the healing is nice, but you tap Bastion 3 times? I guess 4 times so you got to probably tap him 4 times, right? In a 400 point game with 5 actions. I feel like that just is too easy, and then the rest of the team isn't going to be able to hold him off.
When we have so many things that can shut off stop clicks, and so many figures.
Right.
They just ignore it.
So I think, Caleb, I like the past Avengers team and the Lobo team with a couple of little tweaks that we mentioned.
Yeah. I think there's something there with Bastion, but I mean, if you're able to load him up with Master Mold at 75, so that way you have a better chance of with the Kareem as well. You have a better chance of like bringing in Phoenix Sentinels to protect him.
And we're
You
getting
know,
the
so that
new
way you're going to
Sentinels
be able
too, the 15.1 legacies. So there's a ton of really good stuff that's coming out for Sentinels. So yeah, maybe 75-point Master Mold is the way to go. That doesn't give you the better dial turn, right? Though you had to play him at.
Yes, no, 75 gives it the better dial turn.
Does it? I
Yeah,
thought you had
I'm
to
pretty
play him
sure
at his
75
second.
does.
I've played him quite a few times. If he's, where is this? Master Mold Factory Dial. If you paid 375 or 200 points for Master Mold at the beginning of
Oh,
your turn, just click it. Yeah, you got to play him at 200 points,
oh, 200. Okay. Yeah.
which I don't think that's worth it, right?
No, no.
He is a Sentinel though, so 200 points puts you on click 7. Sidestep 8 range Pensai, yeah, probably not. What's the fastest you can ramp this up then? I don't think it's good enough, right? Even
No,
if
that's
it's
why if you do the Karima, if you do the Karima, you know, you get those extra hits.
better, yeah. Couple of retails. All right, let's go to Rob Peterson. Just wanted to take the chance to wish Ryan a happy birthday. Well, thanks, Rob. We have Denny Bobbledyke. When practicing against each other, do you always play the team you're practicing? Do you counter build each other? And where was Christine's husband's wife at? I don't usually get too much time to practice. So years ago, when Christine and I would play, we'd actually get like a couple nights a week to practice as events approached. But just things are just too busy now. So we did start running local practice nights like the week before the event, and we pretty much we play the team that we want to play and plan on playing, but many times we scrap it if it doesn't work. I would say is the best way to say that, right?
Yeah, I've scrapped more teams than I've played for sure.
I think absolutely. When you get to practice nights, especially locally with the group, and something doesn't work, you just get rid of it. Like because you know what you're gonna kind of see from your teammates. Like if they beat your brains in, they're like, "Oh, this team is good. I'm playing this." You're like, "Well, my team sucked. Forget it."
Well, there's a lot of people that practice and they'll actually play the like the teams that you plan on seeing, and I just have never had the time to sit down and play other people's teams to help other people practice. So it's really
That
just
would be Yeah,
how,
that would be amazing. But I don't have that kind of time either.
no. So if I get a night like the week before an event, like that's nice. And that's another reason too where I prefer to, really hone in on a team. So if I find something I like, I might tweak it as things come out, but I really try to keep playing the same thing just so I get better at it because that's the best practice I get. And then yeah, Christine, between school and my daughter's getting a little bit older, so she this is what Christine said too. She stayed home with my daughter because she's starting to feel a little left out when we play cliX, but she is in training now. Jeff Dumas, not CCO related. Degeneration has a seeming big team. How did you decide who would be on the podcast? Obviously, Oliver's dad had to be on to handle the nuts and bolts, but what did you need the others to contribute? We were on another podcast. It was taking a break, and we didn't want to stop. So,
Well, I mean that's the easy answer, but like let's talk about the truth. So we have our Fortress of Solitude, and most of these people we have created. Bookwood is a creation of Redmond's angst and anger as a corporal form. So that's where Bookwood came from. Harris is actually created from my hatred of Kryptonian. So it's a huge lore behind Degeneration Clicks and everyone.
yeah.
That'll be part of the DGM 101.
Okay.
It sounds like so far it's just the fortress of hatertude.
Yeah,
Like there's just so much malice that things are given corporal
Yeah.
form.
And
Yeah,
now
so
we play
was it
against them occasionally.
back
Yeah.
in the 70s or was it the 60s? You know, the Florida Gators were getting dehydrated, and they had a guy working for them, and they ended up creating an electrolyte drink that was named the Gatorade. Here at Degeneration Clicks, we have what's called Haterade. We invented it, and we thrive off of it. It's sold to the public as the White Monster drink.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Thank you.
I guess it's lore. Yeah.
Um, back on track a little bit. I kind of also just had a different vision for what I wanted the podcast to be, so I launched this one. It was what Miles and Dan were on together for a while, so we just wanted to keep going. But Pete and I probably talk almost every day. So he jumped on episode 2 and fit right in, and we just kind of are able to keep going and talking about anything. But everyone else on the team, they all play pretty much every event that we do. They're all relatively local to us, but we've all just kind of become really good friends. So the timing on this question is interesting, though. The thing that we're working on is actually doing an offshoot podcast and trying to highlight some of our other teammates. So definitely keep an eye out for that, because we're going to put some talking just about our monthly game on there, and I would like to get the insight to some of our other teammates that played in the events also.
Yeah, I mean, our teammates are all really entertaining people too, honestly. I mean, we're very fortunate that way. So not only are the games good, the strategy's good, unless I'm making teams, and competitive, but they're fun to talk to and fun to play with. So we're very, very fortunate. We have a great group. And so it's gonna be cool to see where Redmond's next idea takes us. And I'm anxious to hear about the Fortress of Hatertude. Cool.
I also didn't want to have it's hard to rotate a bunch of people on a podcast all the time too. You kind of get in the groove with the people that you're with, and it makes for, I think, better chemistry. So it makes more sense to just kind of keep a set crew on a podcast. Then we have Lou Minotti. Ryan, why are you jealous of the Glizzies? When did I sound jealous of Glizzies?
When
All the time.
Stop.
Yeah, when we were talking about Trace Glizzy's last episode.
Yeah.
And you're
When
like,
are you
wait,
not?
what? I didn't see it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wasn't jealous. I just didn't get a. I don't know. Is that jealousy?
Little-
I didn't
little-
get one. Maybe a
I
little
hear,
bit.
I hear a little now. Yeah, I hear a little now.
Yeah, a little jealous. It's okay. It's okay. It's all right.
I guess
You're
I just
not
felt
you're an
left out.
honorary Glizzy. We just haven't let you into the chat yet.
Oh, that's right. That did all happen, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted a pocket one from Worlds. That's what I'm actually really upset about, to be honest. You guys can have your stupid chat.
That makes sense. The pocket glizzies that Miles did hand out were amazing and generous on Miles' part.
That also have no photographic proof at all.
I'll make sure to give you one next time. Do you want mayonnaise or sour cream?
God damn it. All right, going to Mork Bird. Hello, our Fantastic Four of Clicks podcasts. How are my favorite Recyclops Stroot-hating people today? Any chance of covering the Australian HeroClix League's Nationals from last weekend on the next episode? Consider me humbled if you did it already this episode. So we will absolutely cover it next week. As we shift the podcast a little bit, I'm trying to be better about how much we jam into an episode. So we did have 3 CCOs for tonight already, but there's only one next week. So we can definitely go over all the Australian national games and the top. How many people were in that? Was it about 10 also? 12? Do you remember?
Yeah, sounds right.
So yeah, we'll do the top cut for that also, and run through some of the games, or not the games, the teams. Number 2, am I the only person that can't say Hadari Yao without thinking of the CSI Miami Horatio Kane meme Yao? So I just like telling Pete and Miles that her name is Storm now. That's my go-to. So that's all I think about when I see Hadari Yao. Which, speaking of which, we did not see her in any event that we went over today.
Makes sense.
That's Storm.
Yeah, we were We were Yowless.
We were yowless.
I do have the lore Bible of cliX just generated for us. So
I can't wait. We'll have to review it and go over it next episode.
yes, I sent you guys a preview.
Yes, my
Of
phone
one of
just
the
vibrated. I'm
lores.
very excited to read it. I can't wait.
Oh, you should. You're gonna die. Yes.
Number 3. What are some pieces each of you are looking forward to playing as more fun stuff than meta competitive from X-Men 97 and Strange Tales? X-Men, Sentinels, and Mystical. There's honestly a lot of stuff right now. I want to get to the Nightcrawlers and Cyclops. What is it? All the primes in X-Men 97. I've been able to play Bishop and obviously Cable so far. So the other guys I want to play more of. There's really just so many X-Men pieces from the new set. From Strange Tales, I do want to put Magic on the board. Nico, Vampire Wolverine, Prime Blade, Y2 Jericho Drum. Yeah, I'll be content for a while. There's a ton of stuff come in the next 2 sets. Miles, do you hate everything? Is there anything that you can...
I'm not. Spider-Ham, Tony Stark. That's where I'm at right now.
It's not anything with X-Men 97 or Strange Tales.
I'm not playing X-Men 97. I'm not playing. I'm not purchasing any of those and not playing any of those figures. I have my team made, and it's with older stuff. I do play modern,
it's okay to have fun and not just hate the format that you're playing in and playing something else.
I don't like the sets, so I have no interest in purchasing them. Personally,
there's nothing fun that you look forward to playing in either set.
No.
That's very depressing to me.
Yeah.
Pete, do you have a less depressing answer than Miles?
I'm looking forward to playing on every fun night I can. Prime Cable with the Universal Weapon.
I hate you both.
People coming with common and uncommon teams. I'm coming across, baby, like a freight train. No, I'm just kidding. I'm excited about the new Strange Tale set a lot. There's a lot of cool chases in there. I always like myself a good Doctor Doom. And that one seems like a pretty good Doctor Doom, the Sorcerer Supreme. And then Jericho Drum is really, really interesting. Some of the legacies look super cool. And there's a ton of fun stuff in the X-Men. Honestly, this has probably been maybe since X of Swords the most I've been excited about an X-Men set.
Yeah, there we go.
And I don't get super excited about X-Men sets.
Yeah, I'm not a huge X-Men fan, so that's why nothing really interests me.
Well, you made it clear, but it doesn't interest Pete either, and he's excited for the set because it's very fun.
Because I'm positive Pete.
Yeah, positive Pete.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just being
I've
negative Miles.
Beetle Juiceberg has broke me. It's just I'm playing silver. That's
X-Men are in silver. They're still good. Going to number 4. Ryan, I know you hate playing on paper maps as much as I do. Actually, I'd say no one could hate playing on paper maps more than you. That's probably true. So please keep your crown of king hater of paper, but I'd like to share with you and the HeroClix world how I have enjoyed premium HeroClix gameplay on every paper map for the past several years. Perspex, Perspex, also known as acrylic. I use a 2 foot by 3 foot piece of clear Perspex over the top of the paper maps to play. The click noise of the clicks on the Perspex is chef's kiss, and every paper map is flat as anything. For today's short maps, you just get a 2x2 for metric people. That's 90 by 60 centimeters for long maps and 60 by 60 centimeters for short. You are all so very welcome. Come to the luxurious side of clicks. You won't turn back. So when we started playing, we actually bought a ton, or I did at least, bought a ton of the poster covers. They're kind of like top loaders, but they're the same size as the big maps. And then when they went small, I just started cutting them down. They don't travel that well, but it's definitely just a nice option if you're playing paper maps at home. I know one of our guys that we started playing with, he bought a ton of them also. Pete, did you ever buy the plastic sleeve things for paper maps?
Oh yeah, I have certain maps that just live in them just because I don't want them to get torn up. Yeah, no, I have probably 10 of them.
Okay, yeah, because you could buy the bulk. So I think I bought 2 like bulk orders of the plastic things. But the problem is that just neoprene is so much nicer, and if you're streaming or anything like that, the lights do not do well on the acrylic or the plastic. There's a lot of glare, so that part's unfortunate. All right, number 5. What are your top 5 25-point or less main force characters? Raw figures, no equipment or sideline to make them what you want. So I went with Legacy Daredevil, XDPS Orange Proteus, Timebreaker, Jeff the Land Shark, and Disney Plus Chase Collector. Miles, did you do your homework on this one?
I did not.
Can you list 5 of them off the top of your head? While Pete clicks through 26 points and less on HC units to try to come up with a list.
I'm trying to think. Probably not right off the top of my head. I was working with the lore, so run it down one more time.
What?
All right, I got you.
Mine is Legacy Daredevil,
Porter.
XTPS Orange Proteus, Timebreaker, Jeff the Land Shark, and Disney Plus Chase Collector.
Porter, Copycat, Retail Groot. So that's 4 of them, right?
That's what I counted.
That Disney collector's a good choice for him, and that one got thought about. And so one more 25-point or less, Degaton.
Oh yeah, that's an obvious
He's
one,
amazing.
too. Yes.
Yeah. Now, if we went to 30, there's several other things that we could add it, but
Every
we're at
5 points, yeah, is going to jump up a lot.
Yeah. Well, there's 2 of them that would replace things automatically for me at 30, but that we're good. We can more can ask that question. We can go into it next time.
Yeah, 25 is really interesting. Yeah, we have the porters. We have the collector is he's great. Oh, I'm gonna go with the Predagaton, obviously. Scarlet Witch, kooky Scarlet Witch,
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
and then this is tough. Get that 25 or less. Isaiah Bradley starter, Fast Forces. That's it.
What does that one do? I don't even remember that one.
Colossal stamina, and then the first time he's KO'd, he has a living legend trait. So you just roll a d6 and heal him half the result.
Oh, that's right. I do remember him now.
Yeah.
Number 6, Hollywood Miles recently heard of the Down Undertaker. Do you think he has no chance in a game of cliques with other HeroClix player wrestling personas, or will all the competition rest in cliques? He's going to need to live the gimmick, Mork. I don't know if he'll be able to do that.
I'm not sure. I think Brute the Sandworm Hearts definitely got him beat.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a chance against, Beetle Juiceberg.
For sure.
Hollywood Miles, I mean, that's not happening. I'll just say you broke my neck, and then, have the title stripped from me 2 days later, and a rematch for Tuesday in Texas.
Yeah. Problem with
He
Hollywood
knows that
Miles is
reference.
that creative control. You just can't get around it. Yep.
This Tuesday in Texas, yeah. So that
Mhm.
was the fact that Undertaker Tombstone Hogan and the 1991 Survivor Series, his head was nowhere near the ground or the chair on the mat, and he went to the back and said that Undertaker broke his neck. And then they proceeded to watch the replay and realized he did, in fact, not break his neck.
I just read that story actually recently.
Yeah.
Kenny Minks, why you scared of me, huh? Kenny, there's going to be a lot of events in 2026 that I can mop the floor with you. So, just be a little patient. Does anybody else want in on beating Kenny down?
I mean, it's too easy at this point. He's just living off the high of his Patriots being paper champions during the regular season.
Have you played him ever, Miles?
No.
No, it's a pretty easy game if you do. Pete, have you gone up against him?
I have never played him. We've sat next to each other at a bunch of stuff. chatted a few times, but I've never played Kenny.
Well, maybe at CCO this year. Better show up, Kenny.
We'll see. We'll see if he's there.
Then we have William de Rochambeau. Dear Miles, Pete, and Ryan Redmoon, why didn't Yoda or Force Ghost Obi-Wan mention to Luke that he could block Force lightning with a lightsaber? This feels like kind of a dick move. Sounds like they were really just great parents. You know, sometimes you just got to let your kids get zapped by a little lightning to learn a lesson or two. Right, Miles?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know
Exactly.
what? Bill's asking the tough questions. This is a great question. It was a dick move. 100%. Now that he points it out, you know what? Screw you, Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
He was teaching him a lesson. It's fine.
You are executing Order 66, aren't you?
We have seen the MCU that when the snap was reversed, people just reappeared exactly where they had previously been. Does this mean that people got snapped off an airplane, plummeted to their deaths? I mean, I hope so.
Yeah.
Could they maybe just be back on the plane, though? Are there rules?
No.
to
Well, it's 5
snaps?
years.
No,
The-
that's what
so they're out
happened.
of
Is people
commission.
reappeared in
Plane
people's
disappeared.
apartments and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah, no, I
apartments didn't
think
move.
that's what happened.
You think they just
Yeah.
flew out
Yeah.
into the middle of the sky?
Yeah.
What was going on though
I don't
in the
know.
middle of the snap? Do you think that people were still in planes when all that chaos was happening? Thanos is invading the
Probably
Earth,
not.
and you think people are just traveling to
No,
Florida?
let's be realistic. Yeah, no, the airports were shut down.
Yeah,
Like, it's yeah.
I'd say they probably shut down, so nobody was flying. Mr. Rochambeau. Legally
Mr.
required.
Rochambeau.
Wrestling question. Which wrestler would you most trust to do your taxes? There's only
Oh, this
one
is
correct
easy.
answer,
Miles,
right?
Are you gonna get it? You're gonna get it. Go ahead.
No, you can, because I have a different answer.
You.
No, Redmond's got it.
It's Erwin R. Shyster, IRS. That's the only person,
No.
right? What?
Nope.
What?
Miss Hancock.
Who is that? And why? Tell me why.
It's Miss Hancock. It was Stacy Keibler when she was in WCW, and she'd like pull, the little thing out of her hair and then just start dancing while she's in a suit, keeping all the statistics.
That is better than the person whose initials are
Morton?
literally IRS.
I understand
I-
that. It's yeah.
I'm going with Erwin R. Shyster.
Yes. All right. That's a 2-1.
Care. I'm trying to give other answers.
That was an other answer for sure. So you did accomplish that. That was good.
In WCW, you also had before what was that? What was that team that he was with? Ricky Morton.
I mean, if the initials for the team aren't IRS, then it doesn't matter because it's not as good.
York Foundation.
Doesn't
That's
s-
what it is. The York Foundation.
Well,
But I'm going with Miss Hancock.
Yes.
You know who else
Yeah.
would probably be pretty good?
Who?
JBL.
But he wouldn't do the taxes. He would just pay somebody to do them, right? I feel like this guy has a Erwin R. Shyster has a love for taxes.
Okay, what if I did VK Wall Street?
That's him.
Ooh, that'd be a good one,
I looked
too.
up his stupid
Yeah.
name. It's him.
I know it is. I'm glad you did the research on that. Yeah,
I
did. VK Wall Street.
I actually wanted to look up what the R stood for, and I could not find it. Do you know what the R stands for?
Knowing Vince McMahon, it's going to be something that is not,
There's a good chance.
good to say.
He did
Yeah.
throw in another question. Since Ryan runs a sweatshop, should he buy each member a happy light to make sure employee morale is high? Is this what did you call it? Feelings light or something?
The therapy lamp.
Therapy lamp. What is that?
It's supposed to give you natural sunlight to make you happy. They also have therapy masks. I don't know what they do. I sent pictures in the group. So yeah,
I got a lot of catching up to do after
I
this
don't know.
recording.
You do.
We also have Ben Gronhide. Orange text on maps was removed for tournament play at Worlds. Specifically, should that rule extend to things like CCOs and states and provincials? I did not realize that it was only for Worlds. Did you guys?
I didn't either. No.
Yeah, I thought it was everything. I guess I
Um,
just assumed
Yeah.
that.
So let's see here. So note at the 2025 HeroClix World Championships in Memphis and all side tournaments at that event, maps with additional rules will be treated as not having those rules. If those maps have terrain marked in orange, that terrain is treated as clear. If it doesn't also have another colored terrain border.
I think it was they have that, and it was also in the maps or whatever, the erratas or whatever, I believe, for the modern maps.
Okay. That was specifically silver, so maybe there's something different in modern. But that's definitely worth looking into. All right, last we have Luke Takarik. Luke clarified last week's quotes for us. So he wrote in, "It's crime fighting time and it's laser time, boys." So I looked these up today because he sent me YouTube videos of the links. So the crime fighting one was actually from, do you know what these are actually, Miles? The 80s Cops cartoon?
Yes.
I totally forgot these existed, and the intros refreshed my memory. I don't even know if I ever watched them, but the intros I remember. The Cops cartoon had that one doctor with like the tube in his mouth. That's really the only thing that I remembered. I think I saw 88.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't really remember much about the Cops cartoon, but I remember the Cops cartoon. There's so many like weird cartoons that I remember, but I can't tell you what it's about. Like the cartoon Brave Star, you know?
It sounds familiar,
That
but
theme song is stuck in my head. He has a horse that's like half robot named 50/50.
oh,
He's
I
like
remember the
speed
half
of a
robot horse. Yeah,
what the strength of a
robot horse.
speed of a puma. Yeah, it's like speed of a puma, strength of a grizzly, brave star. Yeah, it's just
Are
so
either of
ridiculous
those
theme
things
song.
better than a robot horse, though? I feel like saying the strength of a
I
robot
don't think
horse
so.
and the speed of a robot horse would be better.
I know, but that's 50/50 is just, that's maybe we need iconics of that. Maybe that will get me super excited for modern like you are with X-Men if I can get Brave Star and 50/50.
I am pretty excited for Thundercats. If we're looking at nostalgia here, do you care at all about Thundercats?
Oh yeah, no, I love Thundercats. Yeah. I'm just waiting to see what Snarf does.
Pete, were you big in Thundercats or no? Where was your like timeline as far as cartoons go?
A few years before you. But yeah, no, Thundercats definitely. 100%. Thundercats, Silverhawks, all that stuff.
Do you remember this Cops
I don't remember
cartoon
this.
from the 80s? I think it said 88, and somebody wrote on the YouTube comments that it only aired for like 4 months.
Yeah, I do not. I do not.
I watched a lot of TV when I was younger, so I usually remember parts of this stuff.
G.I. Joe and Transformers. G.I. Joe is probably my main one.
I forgot. It's not 50/50. It's 30/30. And he had Brave Star, had the eyes of a hawk, ears of a wolf, strength of a bear, and speed of a puma. That's what it was.
They should
just like Miles Kane.
They should all have just been of a robot horse. That's it, because all those things are better as a robot horse.
Dong of
30
a robot horse.
30/30. He had a gun called Sarah Jane. So, yeah.
Robot horse dong.
Yeah. Oh, yes. About 30 inches.
Yes, that's what it means.
Yeah.
It's
Just a
30,
piston, just
30
smashing
direction.
things. Yeah.
It's laser time.
Wow,
is
that's a cannon.
is Bots Masters. That one I remember the intro. It had some ninja robot too. That's the early 90s. But these were both lost in time for me.
That's Samurai Pizza Cats.
I remember the title, but what's popping into my head is what was the stupid plane cat thing? Sky Cats?
SWAT Cats.
SWAT Cats. That's what I'm
SWAT
remembering.
Cats. Yeah.
Bonkers. So many good 90s shows.
I agree. That was the peak of cartoons. If you guys had to pick one between Cops and Botmasters, what would it be?
Botmasters.
I like that. Pete?
I'm reading about both currently, but Botmaster seems more up my alley.
Well, you have more episodes.
There's also a ninja bot. Why would you not want that? He just had all these weapons on his body. All right, let's wrap it up. Any final thoughts, Miles?
Yeah, maybe I'll change my tune with Strange Tales. I'm
Ooh.
being optimistic.
I like that. Pete?
I doubt highly I'm changing my tune on Modern anytime soon. But overall, a very fun CCO, even in some very inclement weather. So thank you, everybody, for the support, as always. And you all have a great week.
Oh, so they're wrong. It was more than 4 months. There's 2 seasons with 78 episodes of Cops.
Oh, okay.
From 88 and 89.
Can't
So
believe
I just
everything that you read then, I guess.
No, they lied.
Yep.
How many episodes were around 30/30's horse dog?
Oh, that was an amazing show. There was it's Filmation. 65 episodes is one season.
That's not enough episodes.
It's trust me. They have Bronchosaurus, they have Fufta,
Is that a half robot
prairie
brontosaurus?
Bronchosaurus, a dinosaur-like civilization in which Stampede is the last living representative. That's all I know.
Is he a cyborg?
They have coyotoids, also known as dingoes. They're robotic things.
There we go. Is it just robot animals?
I vaguely remember that. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and then you have the equestroids, cyborg equines, horses capable of assuming human attributes, bipedal stance, and prehensile forelimbs, especially at will.
Are we doing a Brave Star watch party? Is that what we're doing?
Well, I would love to do a Brave Star watch party.
I'm busy that night.
I love that.
I'm busy.
Then sucks for you.
Watching Brave Star.
Yeah.
I do wish there was a little bit more time between X-Men 97 and Strange Tales, but I'm pretty excited to get these pieces in hand and start playing with them. So, especially with this month being the mystical keyword for our monthly championship game, should see quite a few new pieces hit the board, I think. It's going to be an interesting one. And remember...
And if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for ya!
Click it!
Matter Eater Lab.
Stop it.
Matter your lab.
WrestleMania 9 and Starrcade 99, the 2 worst wrestling pay-per-views, Giant Gonzalez versus Undertaker, was bad, but Hollywood Miles, using backstage politics to get the title off of Yokozuna, promising to put me over, and refusing to even wrestle me, was only topped by Beetle Juiceberg ending my career. Just horrible wrestling events.
Revin, was the most fun thing you've done in a while, just destroying Bookwood?
Dude, him being like, no, it's just one person. There's no way you can just pulse wave the whole team and they all take that damage. So stupid. It's so stupid.
Yeah, it is.
I owed him
It's the
something
same
big.
shit.
I owed him something big for the.
I know, but it's like I said, you got those rose tinted glasses because you're able to play your Marauders. It's the same shit as Ares.
So listen, all you have to do is just pack some barrier or something like that. I wouldn't have been able to do that, but the team was completely open.
Well, I know,
Move the team a little bit more. The thing is that he didn't know what Cable did, and so I was able
No,
to do
it's
that.
still a broken. Like, I realize that there is counters to it, but it's still broken as shit.
It is not. It
There's
is
no
fine.
way at this point you don't know what Cable does. Like that was because I even buried it up my first turn. Like just
Yeah,
just to
I could have come and gotten you, right? But it didn't make sense
Yep.
for me to do that, so I didn't do that. So
Right.
Pete didn't get his team pulse waived.
I'm not saying it's the worst thing in the game currently.
That's because there's a lot
but
of worse
it's definitely
things.
a broken interaction. That just shows you how bad
If
the
it's
bad
so
the
broken,
game
why
state
is
of the
nobody
game
playing?
is.
Why is nobody playing it then? If it's so broken,
Because Rogue is there.
okay.
I'm not entirely sure I would define Rogue is very strong. But she's generally only attacking a couple people.
No, it's just, but I realize that it's not the easiest to pull off, but 4 damage pulse wave twice a turn is broken
Yeah.
as shit.
It is.
Well,
I
okay,
agree.
but
It's a little rough.
But I'm also choosing to go first, so maybe don't put me on a map that also has a ton of blocking or elevation.
I know, but this becomes like the whole entire argument of someone that likes Ares and why Ares is like, well, do you know how hard it is for me to get into position? Like, you can go ahead and destroy that pew that I was going to use for Giant Reach 4. It's not my fault.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's the same argument. Same argument.